Hi everyone, this is Leonora. Welcome to Soul Searching Tarot. Welcome to the full moon. If you're seeing this today or any other day, I am reading for the feminine today. I'm going to do all signs, so Aries through Pisces, not in any particular order. So just look at the timestamp in the description box or comment section to watch your sun, moon, or rising placement, right? So if you don't resonate with your sun, or your moon, you could look at your rising. If you don't resonate with your rising, you could look at your moon, but it would be for those three placements, okay? So the feminine full moon read will apply to love and spirit. And if when I do tap into the spirit realm, it's going to be more of a clarification on what's happening in your dream world, right? So what are your dreams telling you? So I'm going to be using a couple of my tarot decks here to clarify the 5D. Then I'm going to be using two other ones to be clarifying the 3D physical world, your day-to-day, maybe love life, because I am kind of catering this read, if that's the word I'm looking for, to love and spirit, okay? And then a bonus, any other messages that you may need to know, either advice or clarification from your higher self, spirit guides, and ancestors, okay? All right, so again, all signs, feminine full moon read, masculine is welcome as well, because we all carry masculine and feminine energies in our birth chart, right? So we're not particularly looking at a gender per se. If you know your birth chart, you should know that, you have different elements there, right? So fire and air are more masculine energy, right? And earth and water signs are more feminine energy, right? So that's the energy I would like for my viewers to resonate with today, all right? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I do have a couple of other channels, folks, that you should be interested in watching. One of them has to do with the book Being Human, where I interview people on their spiritual journey and get any comments or, just basically conversate on the book and how it has impacted them in their spiritual journey or mindset. All right, so you could definitely link to that channel on my it should be in the description box or in my bio. And then I have another channel too, guys, the Intuitive Tutor. I haven't really uploaded any of the videos there lately, but I will. So those who have subscribed to my Intuitive Tutor channel, thank you so much for being there and supporting me. I do teach how to read tarot intuitively there. So I'm gonna actually go back and start uploading this summer at least 2 videos a month, if not more, okay? As a matter of fact, the Dark Mirror Tarot is one of the videos that I uploaded, has gotten a lot of views because I do a breakdown of these oracle decks. So if you own this, if you have the Dark Mirror Tarot in your possession, there is I'll try to remember to leave the link of this video in my description box, but if not, you could definitely go into the channel and you'll see it there, okay? All right, yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to start with Scorpio, as you see here, because this powerful full moon, I know people may say, that for every full moon, but this one is a pretty powerful one. I feel it, I sense it. It's going to be a full moon in Scorpio if you follow Vedic, full moon in Sagittarius if you follow Western astrology. It's the same kind of energy, right? They do bleed into each other. I follow both Vedic and Western astrology. I'm still learning Vedic. I do know a lot about Western, but if you do look at the cosmos and the stars, you will see that the moon is actually closer to Scorpio, right? So Scorpio is a 8th house energy. And it, for a lot of you, especially if you do have fixed signs in your chart, so Aquarius, Scorpio, Leo, and Taurus, I feel like you may get influenced by this full moon. Okay, I'm not saying that any other signs will not be affected. I think in some shape, form, or other you will be affected. But I feel like with the fixed signs, especially, it may have a lot to do with your foundation. And that could be career, that could be family. Right. So, maybe rethinking, right? I think that the full moon, it's about rethinking your agenda and your legacy during this time. And some of you may be rethinking relationships or careers. Some of you may be rethinking your health regimen, right? Stuff like that. So it's definitely has to do with going in, right? Going deep within and just maybe following your inner voice, right? Your inner compass versus following, the narrative of what should be. Maybe just start listening to what you want, right? Just your sovereign self versus someone else's idea of what's, right and wrong. Okay. Yeah, so let's get started. Again, I'm going to start with Scorpio. Scorpio, let's see what's going on with my Scorpio. So again, full moon, feminine full moon read, love and spirit. And what are your dreams telling you? What are your dreams telling you? Okay. All right. So anybody who has a sun, moon, rising in Scorpio, I hope this message resonates. If it doesn't, please look at your other placements. All right, darling Scorpios. I know the sun is setting a little bit. I think we're in late. I don't even know what time it is. It's late afternoon here, but you could see the sun is setting on my table. I hope it doesn't distract from your vision. All right, so what's going on with my Scorpios? All right, so I have 8 of Swords, 10 of Pentacles, Page of Wands. For your first message here. So when I look at the Page of Pentacles, some of you have very strong intuition, right? You may have a nice spiritual gift, if you will, that you acknowledge or you are aware of. Some of you have this innate feeling, right, or energy where you're able to communicate or get downloads through spirit. Right? Some of you relay that message with the Page of Pentacles to other people, right? Some of you may get paid for that. Or at least looking to maybe expand your spiritual gifts to get paid for it with the 10 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands here. I feel like because it's a last card out, and I also have 8 of Swords here, I feel like some of you may doubt your gift, or you may doubt, are you going to be making, the money that you want to make in, your spiritual practice, healing, whatever that may be, right? Anything that definitely has to do with holistic practice, spiritual practice, even teaching, guiding, coaching. A lot of you are able to do this, maybe grew up in a household with the 10 of Pentacles here that was into spirituality or some kind of religious factor here. But with the 8 of Swords here, I just feel because it was the first card out, some of you are just doubting your gift, or doubting, how much, you could earn, right? Maybe some of you want to do this as a full-time job with the Ten of Pentacles here, right? You're like, I want to do this as a full-time practice. Or some of you are already in the practice of spirituality, or used to be in the practice of spirituality, or some type of healing, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be spirituality, but I do see with the Page of Wands here that a lot of you have this gift of healing, right? And that could be through Reiki healing, that could be through sound healing, that could be through psychic advice, or maybe some of you use the gift, you have the gift of touch, right? Maybe you don't really recognize your spiritual gifts has something you can make money from, but you are aware that it's there, and you are financial healers or sexual healers or masseuse of some sort. But I would suggest, like I said in the intro, because of the full moon in Scorpio, and I am reading for Scorpio at the moment, that you really manifest what you want to do for 2026 and beyond, because you are able to relay that message to spirit. You are able to relay that message to your ancestors, to your higher self, and make money. Find some kind of foundation in this, my darling Scorpios. Let's see what's going on in love. What's going on in love with my Scorpios? Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, so I have here the Two of Swords and the Fool card. Some of you may have strong Aries or air in your chart, or may know somebody with strong Aries or air in their chart, right? So air would be Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Doesn't have to be. But it's the energy nonetheless, because I do sense someone here like chasing after you with the Two of Swords and the Fool card. Maybe for a small portion of you, there's someone already in a relationship, right? So someone here may be already in a relationship, whether it's you, Scorpio, or someone interested in Scorpio. But I mean, their mind and their excitement is towards you, Scorpio. And even if they're not in another relationship, again, it's just for a small portion of you. Some of you may be already in a relationship, and I feel like there's going to be like a revamp energy regarding your relationship. Now, this could go south or north, east or west, depending on where you are in your relationship, right? But I do feel a sense of change, newness regarding your relationship. Some of you may not even want, like you're kind of debating with the Two of Swords here, like, I don't know if I want to stay in this relationship. Or you may feel that way about, your partner. Your partner may feel that way about you. Maybe you've had this discussion before with the Two of Swords here, but I think a lot of you want to see or experience something new in the relationship, right? Again, that could go either way. Depends where you are, when it comes to your relationships. If you're even in a relationship, for those who are not in a relationship and are single, ready to mingle, I do see a younger energy coming towards your way. This younger energy feels like a person who is like their love language is about gift giving, right? They do like giving gifts and, giving compliments and, and it's minute, right? These are not extravagant gifts. These are, maybe flowers or candy, or it could be a dinner date or something like that. Or, just, here, I bought you some coffee, or, maybe we could take a walk and, I'll, you know, we'll go to the flea market or the farmer's market and I'll get you something there. Very minute, but very thoughtful nonetheless. This person, I feel like for a lot of you already know this person. Like I feel like this person came into your life in the last couple of months or so, or sometime this year. So I feel like a lot of you already know this person or are aware of this person, but I don't think it didn't go anywhere, right? I think that the relationship didn't go anywhere. So this person may come around and find a new way to catch your interest, Mr. or Mrs. Scorpio. Okay. So let's see what's going on with your dreams, right? Last but not least, let's see what's going on with Scorpios and their dreams. Let's see if I could get a quick message regarding what Spirit is telling you. All right, I already shuffled these earlier. No need to keep shuffling, but I just do what Spirit tells me. All right, darlings. All right. So what is your dreams? What are your dreams telling you? So I have 4 wands in the Judgment card here. Wow. So these are my Thoth Tarot cards. Love these cards. They say so much. You have to be very intuitive to really understand these cards, in my opinion. And also know about astrology. So with the 4 wands of the Judgment card, right? What are your dreams telling you? Some of you, like I feel like your dreams kind of intercept with your real world and your dream world, right? But you can't make sense of it. You're like, okay, I know this person in my dream because I live with this person, or this is my family member, or, you know, I work with this person, whatever the case may be, right? They're like coming into your dreams and you're like, you know, with the 4 wands here, it's like, I know this person. But the dream seems like there's a message behind that energy, right? And you're like trying to figure it out because it's weird, right? Some of you may have dreams of snakes or rats, birds, or some kind of undesirable creature or animal. When I say undesirable, I mean not popular. You know, maybe some people may be scared of it. Like, you know, people love birds, but maybe crows is a different thing, right? Or like a raven. And I feel like ravens are very associated with Scorpio's energy. I know eagles are for sure. But you know, these creatures are predatory, right, in their own way, right, no matter how small or large they are. So that's what I mean by undesirable. And I think that the predator in those animals may feel scary in your dreams, right? Especially if they're attacking or eating another creature, or maybe coming after you in your dream and you're like, what the fuck is this? And I feel like for some of you, like your dreams are telling you that you need to step into your limelight. Otherwise, you're going to be destroyed by your competitors or your enemies, or, you know, jealous, low vibrational people nonetheless, right? This could mean your coworker, your family member, your, I don't know, friend or neighbor. I don't know. I don't know. But, you know, because dreams are you know, for me to really go into your dream, I mean, obviously everyone has different dreams. This is obviously very general. So if it resonates, great, in some shape, form, or other, and I hope that I find the answer for you, my Scorpios. Maybe I could trigger, something in you where you'll be able to find out what the hell your dream is telling you. But I do sense that it's like if you're not pushing yourself to ascend in spirit, or ascend at your job, or maybe end a relationship, whatever the case may be, whatever's going on in your 3D world that you think about on a daily basis, and it's transferring to your dream world, these predators that you're seeing in your dreams is like, listen, Scorpio, you need to figure this out, because sooner or later you're going to get defeated. So we don't want you to get defeated. The message here for you is push yourself to be all that you can be. Let's get I know I just sounded like the army, an army commercial, be all that you could be. But maybe you need to be soldiers, right? Whether it's a cosmic soldier, whether it's, a soldier here on earth. But let's get one last message for my Scorpios. One last message for my Scorpios. All right, so I'm using my Moonology cards here. Ooh, look at this. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. Interesting. Aquarius energy, Scorpio energy, those are all fixed signs. I talked about fixed signs, how the full moon may end up really affecting my fixed signs more than anything. Or fire signs, right? Even fire signs, I feel, especially Sagittarius. But when I see show the world the real you, it really just pulls everything together in this read for you, Scorpio, because I think that showing the world your authentic self and basically giving them the middle finger, right? Giving your, whatever you feel a little, like not 100% there, right? Like whatever it is, relationship, career, your health, you're like, you just want to just say like, fuck this. From now on, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to claim who I am, set my boundaries, and follow your intuition, follow your gut feeling, whatever that may be. You get messages, Scorpios. I know you do, because of, Page of Pentacles, Page of Wands is here. And with these downloads that you get, these dreams that you get, there are messages telling you, you need to step up, you need to ascend, and the time is now, right? And again, it doesn't have to be spiritual. It could be something that's pertaining to you in this world, in this reality. But whatever the case may be, no matter what reality you're functioning in the energy is asking you to step up. Don't let somebody or something or some situation trample you or give you self-doubt, because it is not the time for that kind of energy. Otherwise, I feel like for some of you, you may see that creature in your dreams defeat you, and we don't want that. So show the world the real you, my darling Scorpios. I am over you. All right, my darlings, let's move on to the next sign. I love you, Scorpios. I do love you. If you need a personal read, obviously I am here for you. Just email me. The link is in the description box or bio somewhere. Okay, so I am taking personal reads right now. All right, let's move on. Okay, so who's next? Who is next? All right, I'm glad I spend a little bit more time on Scorpios, actually, because I feel like the energy is pretty strong for them. Next, Sagittarius. Yes. So again, we have a full moon in Scorpio Sag, right? Again, if you follow Vedic or Western, doesn't matter, but the energy is bleeding into both energies. And I was just telling Scorpio, you know, how the full moon may affect all fixed signs, but also I feel like with fire sign, Sagittarius, you may be in for a doozy during this full moon. So let's get started. All right. So the feminine full moon read is timeless, honestly, but I do want to pick up on the energy of the full moon. This blue full moon is spectacular. Full blue full moon that we're having in Scorpio Sag, regarding love and spirit. And also, if I could tap into your dreams, right? What are your dreams telling you, right? Hopefully I could bring some kind of clarification regarding that as well. All right, so we have the Queen of Pentacles, the King of Wands, and the Four of Wands for my Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. Okay, so some of you are the head bitch in charge. Sorry if that offended anyone, but you're a boss lady. And you're like, yeah, I'm a boss lady. I work under so and so, or so and so works under me, or we're business partners, whatever the case may be. But you do present yourself as a boss lady. You know what to do. You're in charge of your emotions. You're in control of what comes in and out during the day, or whatever it is that you do in business, or has a job. You're organized. Your resume is squeaky clean, right? Like like you guys are just hard workers with the Queen of Pentacles here. You make money, you want to make more money. Some of you are very creative when it comes to your job. Some of you may be some kind of advisor, teacher, some type of consultant, with the King of Wands here. Some of you may work with family, with the Four of Wands here. Some of you may have a very interesting creative job nonetheless, right? Something very unique. This could be your own business, or you may work in this industry where it's a very unique industry, and it does require your imagination. It requires your skill set. It requires you thinking out the box when it comes to this energy here, Queen of Pentacles, King of Wands, Four of Wands here. Some of you may have very strong fire in your chart, earth in your chart. So you may have a lot of Sagittarius in your chart, right? Your birth chart. Could be other signs too, that's fire and earth. But I feel like, with my Sagittarius here, you are very aware of your masculine and feminine energies. Very aware of it. You operate from both, which is good, right? That's what we want in the end, is to operate from both. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure that everything is good here with my I don't know why all of a sudden I'm like making sure that I'm recording. I can't see because of the twilight hour. All right, sorry, ADD. Let me just double check, guys. Hold on. Yeah, okay. All right. Moving on, Sagittarius. It's just an ADD moment. Don't mind me. All right. Let's go into love. Because honestly, for a lot of you Sagittarius, I don't see anything going on. Like when it comes to your career and your mindset, when it comes to finance, you're on it. What advice can I really give you? I think that during the full moon and beyond, you're going to continue to have this kind of wealth when it comes to careers and jobs. You know, some of you, you know, are okay with the careers that you have, are okay with the business that you have, and you're like, yeah, I could change a few things here and there. Yes, I could always make more money, get more clients. And I think that you'll figure that out. I think that you will be able to figure it out. I think that it's coming to you. Whatever it is coming to you. I think that, with the 4 wands being here, some of you may already collaborate with another business partner, or, get along well with, co-workers or investors. All right, so what's going on with your love life? All right, so I have the Chariot and the King of Swords. The Chariot and the King of Swords. There is an older gentleman or an older woman, right? Definitely an older gentleman for a lot of you, but whatever the energy is, it feels like an older masculine energy, okay, who is how can I phrase this? Manifesting you, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But it's like this masculine energy is able to hypnotize you or pull from your energy to kind of like almost like a love spell. Bingo. There, that's the energy I am picking up. Like a love spell, but not sort of like like this person is, doing some kitchen magic work, I don't think this person uses candles or, pays some kind of practitioner to make a spell to get you to call them or be with them. This person, this masculine person, and even though they may be younger than you, right? You may know who I'm talking about. They may be younger than you, but they don't act young. They are very mature for their age. But this energy is able to tap into you and sway you to be on their side, sway you to love them. But it's a sexual energy, right? It's like, I feel like for some of you, you already have had a sexual relationship with this person, whether it was short term, long term, I don't know. Different stories for all of you. But I just feel that this person is trying to bring you into their energy through dreams, right? We'll check on that in a second. Maybe you're dreaming about this person. They're pulling you. They want to pull you closer to you but they're doing it through thoughts, right? Which tells me a lot about this person. This person is able to use energy, manipulate energy into changing your mind. It feels very vampire-ish. You ever seen it? Maybe that's why I used the word hypnotize, but that's really not what I was looking for. But it's a spell nonetheless, right? It's that vampire energy where they just one look and it's like, oh my God, where have you been in my life, right? And you don't know where this is coming from. You're like, oh my God, I wasn't even thinking about you until now. I wasn't feeling this way about you until now, but I just feel like this person has the power to do so. They may have Cancer, Capricorn in their chart. They may also have strong air in their chart, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. I'm also hearing Sagittarius. So we may be dealing with another Sag Capricorn cusper, or Capricorn Aquarius cusper. This person wants you. And I feel like they have a mother figure in their life who controls their what goes on in their relationship or in their life, maybe, but mostly relationship. When I see the King of Swords here, like there's this mother figure, it could be father figure too, but it feels more feminine, where this mother figure tells this masculine energy who to love, who to be with, and if it's not, you know, to their approval, they will tell this person, like, you know, I don't like her, I don't like him, you know. Yeah, she has a lot to say. But I feel like with you, this person don't care. This person's like, I love this person's, you know, Sagittarius, right? I love the way Sagittarius body feels, right? You may have very soft skin, or your hair may be long and thick. You know how, like I feel like you know how sensual you are in bed. This person knows how sensual and sexy you are in bed, but can't find another person like that, right? They're looking or comparing you to other people, and they're like, no, I want my Sagittarius. Sagittarius is the person that I want to be with, right? So I just feel like this person calls you in a vampire-ish kind of way, if that makes any sense at all, my darling Sagittarius. Let's go on. Move on to your spirit. Let's see what your spirit is telling you, especially what your dreams are telling you, right? What are your dreams telling you? Let's see if this guy or this person shows up in this read, in this part of the read. All right, so what are your dreams telling you? All right, so King of Swords and Ten of Swords? No. Yeah, Ten of Swords. Okay. King of Swords and Ten of Swords. Wow, it can't be any more swords in here, right? We have two Kings of Swords. We also have the Ten of Swords here. Again, very strong air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but very strong Aquarius nonetheless. All right, so what are your dreams telling you, my Sagittarius? I think a lot of you do have dreams about this person. With the King of Swords here. You know, whether it was one dream or more than one dream, I don't know. But I think that this person is very vivid in your energy when it comes to love and sex. You may have a past life connection with this person, or this person may know your energy from an alternate reality. Don't know why I have to say it that way. Like, I feel like in another reality, you guys are married, and this person knows that. Or in a past life, you guys are married, and this person knows that. With the Ten of Swords here, your dreams, man, you guys got a lot of downloads in your dreams. And you have great spirit guides and ancestors guiding you, protecting you. Some of you have like a father figure, has a guide in this reality, right? Could be someone that passed, could be just a spirit guide, you know, an entity. But this entity operates from both dark and light energies, right? It has that balance. And I feel like it gives you messages, or you just get downloads in your messages. Your dreams, Sagittarius, you need to pay attention to it, because I feel like you get very clear and vivid dreams here with the Ten of Swords. And I think that you should have a dream journal. Some of you may find violence, some kind of violence in your dreams, whether it's towards you or you towards another person, or you just see it in your dreams, like this kind of violence in your dream, right? And I feel like you're just picking up on the energy of the world. Like the world is talking to you. Some of you have like missions in the dream world, right? Where you're soldiers in the dream world, or you're part of this community or this cult or this, you know, operational team, where your sole mission or sole operation is to grab some kind of energy that is negative or criminal almost, right? It could be affecting other humans. And I don't know. I mean, this kind of, you know, criminal behavior could be through spirituality, right? So maybe they're doing witchcraft on other people. It could be, you know, human trafficking. It could be just hurting a particular person or a group of people. But you're like, you get dreams of fighting, law enforcement, guns, whatever mission that may be. That's what it feels like. It feels like, you know, you were giving a task to help humanity in the 5D. But I think it's a very general read, folks. I can't really get into the brain of someone and be like, oh, this is exactly what's happening and this is what's going on. But, you know, I hope that this message triggers something where you're like, okay, let me figure this out. But definitely keep a dream journal, my darlings, because I do feel like you get very vivid dreams. Let's get one last message. One last message. Moon from our Moonology card here. Since it is a full moon, my Sagittarius. A time to give rather than to take. New moon in Virgo. Yeah, so some of you may have Virgo in your chart, or you have that Virgo energy of, you know, servicing, being a perfectionist, being a great housekeeper. You know, people look up to you, you know, again, with the Queen of Pentacles and this, you know, people do look up to you at your job or in your business, and they're like, you know, she's doing great. I love that Sagittarius has this under control. You know, no one thinks like a Sagittarius, you know. No one handles a situation like a Sagittarius, right? Because my Sagittarius here, you think out the box. You're able to pull from your feminine and masculine side, and you think more logically than emotionally, right? You're like, you know, I need to solve this problem, right? It's not like, oh my God, yeah, oh my God, what are we gonna do? You're like, all right, got it, get it, good, let's solve it, resolve it, and move the fuck on. You're very cold that way, in that manner. But I think that's what people respect about you. So if I have to give you any message regarding your read, my Sagittarius, I think that you are doing great. You have your shit together at this time when it comes to finance. I think, you know, for those who may be having some type of complication when it comes to their career and relationships, I think that this year is going to turn around for you. And you will see the abundance when it comes to finance, when it comes to relationships, but definitely when it comes to spirit. When it comes to spirit, it's like, yeah, I mean, I keep hearing write down your dreams because you're getting the messages there, and I don't see anything wrong that you're doing. It's like for you, my Sagittarius, your time this year is going to be fruitful. When I look at the Queen of Pentacles and Four of Wands, it feels very fruitful. Whatever you put your energy in, right? For those who did put their energy in, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to career, finance, your foundation, your legacy, you're going to see the rewards this year. Great job. Love that. I love that energy nonetheless. All right, let's move on. Let's move on. Excuse me. All right, so we're going to move on to Libra. My darling Libras. What is going on with my Libras? So let's start with these cards here. For those who are Dominican or in the Hispanic culture, today is Mother's Day. So, feliz Día de Madres a todas. All right, Libra. What's going on with my Libras? Happy Mother's Day. Happy Dominican Mother's Day for those who are Dominican or Hispanic. Just got reminded of that. All right, let's see. What is going on, my Libras? Sun, Moon, Rising. And again, if this message doesn't resonate, please look at your other placements. Right, so we're doing a feminine full moon read, feminine blue full moon read for love and spirit, and also what are your dreams telling you. So interestingly enough, my Libras, you got the moon here, right? This is a full moon energy read. I got the full moon here. I'm hearing secrets, lies, entanglements. Especially when I see it with the Five of Pentacles, right? Maybe this was done to you recently. I feel like for some of you, this was done intentionally, right? These lies, betrayal, like somebody is like, yeah, I'm going to make Libra's life miserable, right? Vice versa, if it's vice versa. But it just feels like a very intentional energy with the Five of Pentacles and the moon, making someone else's love life, work life, spiritual life, health, that could be mental health. Just intentionally making Libra miserable because because they're just evil like that. It's just low vibration. Especially when I look at the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Swords, I mean, everything about this is dark, low vibrational, egotistical. Right, operating from low, how low can you go energy. This person may have a strong water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. I'm hearing strong Pisces. It's like a vendetta. Like I just keep looking at the moon and it's like this vendetta against you, right? This could be a lover, a friend, somebody you used to know, someone that you didn't think was your enemy or a frenemy. Let's use my Dark Mirror Tarot cards here to clarify this energy. Some of you might have lost money because of this energy of whoever this person is, or this group of, I don't want to say a group of people. I do sense at least two people for some of you. Maybe for you, for a lot of you, it's just one other person that's doing this to you. But they're like, hitting you in your pockets, hitting you mentally, right? Like mentally, you don't know what's day, what's night, what's black, what's white. It's like you're going a little crazy. Addicted. Number 11. Like I'm looking at the swords in the back, right? Like it's someone just stabbed you in the back, right? Like someone you knew just stabbed you in the back. To keep you in a low vibrational state. Libra, this could be easily solved, especially during the full moon right now that we have in Scorpio. And even if you don't listen to this message during the full moon in Scorpio, it's fine. The message is still out there. It's timeless for you. Whenever you hear it and resonate with it, it is supposed to be. But there's a remedy for this, because this is just bad juju coming to you because of someone's animosity, jealousy, low vibrational nonetheless, right? Very comes from an ego way of living. Like, oh, you didn't do this for me. Well, take that. Or, you took my man. Well, fuck that. I'm going to do this to you. Right. Or, I'm jealous because you're prettier than me. Well, fuck that. I'm going to, fuck with your money. Like it's a very, like I said, low, scum of the earth energy. So the remedy should definitely be something where you are working with the elements of the earth. So earth, fire, water, air. Right, where you're going to have to use something like a spiritual bath, talking to your ancestors and spirit guides to guide you and protect you through this time, not only in your waking life, but in your dreaming life. Try not to eat or drink anything in your dream, because I feel like this person can get to you through your dreams. Or has gotten to you through your dreams. But the remedy is very, very simple is what I'm hearing, right? It's just a matter of working in the kitchen, right? These are kitchen ingredients. There are teas that you could drink to break this downshift of energy, regarding your love life or your finance or your spirit, whatever it is that's hurting you at the moment. It just feels like an intentional energy targeted at you because of selfish reasons. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go into your dreams, but I hope that you figure that out, whether you talk to a spiritual advisor or you get downloads from your spirit guides and ancestors or your higher self. I think that some of you have the ability to do this yourself with the Two of Swords here, that you're able to go within and come up with your own remedy. Chant, right? Chanting is another way to get rid of energy. Being connected in a higher vibration, right? So what we don't want is fight fire with fire. What we do want is to fight dark with light. And once you figure that out, Libras, you're able to move out of this, right? You're able to, figure out what the hell happened in the last, I'm hearing several weeks, if not months, for some of you, or at least the last 2 years. What's going on in your dreams? Let's see if I could tap into your dreams, my darling. Figure out what your dreams are telling you. So I have the Three of Cups here and the King of Swords. All right, I got the King of Swords also for Sagittarius. So the Three of Cups and the King of Swords. Interesting. This kind of is the opposite of what's going on in your real world, where you're dreaming about a knight in shining armor, so to speak, right? Like this person that will come and rescue you and take care of you and love you, and not only just be a friend but also be a protector and a good family person. With the Three of Cups and the King of Swords here, like this person could be, an emotional provider or a financial provider, but more so than anything, a protector. And I feel like you may not know who this person is, right? You sometimes have dreams about this loving energy of being in a relationship with someone, and you're like, what is going on? Is this an alternate reality? Could be an alternate reality, but also I feel like a lot of you are predicting some kind of future here. For a small group of you, I feel like for those who are in a relationship, right, your spouse or your partner may be cheating on you, right? You're getting dreams of them cheating on you or moving on, to something else, and you're like, you're getting these dreams that doesn't feel good, right? You wake up and you're like, is my partner cheating on me? Is this going to happen in the future where, they're going to just wander onto someone else, right? So for a small group of you, you may also be getting those kind of dreams. All right, one last message for my darling Libras. What is going on? What is one? Since it's a full moon read, let's get a moonology advice card here. All right, your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. Some of you may have Capricorn in your chart, Aquarius in your chart. I'm hearing also strong Cancer, Pisces also. I feel like some of you have been in the dark for a while, right? It could be because of this betrayal, right? This betrayal happening in your spirit. And I feel like, you've been in the dark financially, or when it comes to relationship, or when it comes to your mental health, you've been in the dark. But I do feel like if you, again, work with your higher self, your spirit guides and ancestors, because I do believe that a lot of you Libras are able to do that. You do have this strength, this innate strength that no one could defeat. And I feel like everybody knows it but you. And some of you do know it. You're like, no, I know. But I feel like if you knew, you wouldn't be in this situation. You wouldn't be in this position. You really need to just tap into I don't know why I'm hearing this, but maybe this is a message coming from your higher self or your ancestors or spirit guide, but it feels like you really need to tap into your inner self, either through meditation, through some kind of, quiet time, even if it's 5 or 10 minutes, right? Find a sanctuary, a quiet, peaceful place, whether it's indoors or outdoors, near a candle, incense, or have another person, that's high vibrational, give you advice, right? And tell you, that perhaps you need to follow these steps in order to break this darkness, right? And the steps could definitely be anything. I mean, it could be from changing your diet all the way to how you sleep, who you communicate with, what you do during the day or night. It could be anything, right? It's kind of like changing some kind of bad habit or routine that it's not working for you, and doing something different. When I look at the your hard work is paying off. Like, it's like you're gonna have to do something different besides what you do every day in order to get out of this rut. Okay. I hope that works out for you, my Libras. I do have faith that it will, but I think that the faith, even though I have faith in you, you have to have faith in yourself more so than anything, is what the read is telling you. All right, moving on. Who is next? Leo. Hi, Leos. Sun, moon, rising. What is going on with my Leos? All right, let me take a drink first. I think this is my 4th sign, right? I did Scorpio. I did, ooh, I don't like this one. Coconut water. It's okay, I guess. Right, I did Scorpio, Sagittarius, Libra, and I'm going to do Leo. Okay. So Leo, what is going on with you, my darlings? Feminine full moon read, love and spirit, and also, what are your dreams telling you? What are your dreams telling you is also another energy that I will be reading for. Oh, interesting. I got you, Leo. It's a strength card. Love that. The Justice card. Ooh, 2 major arcanas back to back. That's a big significant energy there. And then the 2 of Wands. My darling Leos. So I feel like you're in your power. I don't know how this may pertain to. It could be pertaining to some type of legal contract, marriage, right? Some of you are very happy inside your marriage. Sometimes some of you are very happy inside a legal contract. Could be, whatever business or maybe a court case, right? That just went in your favor. But it feels like a happy energy with the Strength card and the Justice. Like I just sense a glee kind of energy, where you're like, oh my God, I'm excited this happened, or is happening, or, I'm excited that I met this person and, I'm having the time of my life and I feel safe, secure. But it feels long-term, whatever it is, it feels long-term. Like it feels like maybe for some of you, you've been waiting a long time to be in a safe, loving relationship, and you got it. Right? You're in a committed relationship. Maybe for some of you, you've been waiting to be in this fulfilling job, that pays good and there's no negativity, and you got it, right? And if it's not happening now, it will happen, right? It's like this year is your year, my Leos. With the 2 of Wands here, there's something that you're like, oh, should I or should I not? Stop looking at the World Wide Web. Stop looking at Google or whatever, social media outlet that you like to look at. Because I feel like sometimes you get, and it may not even be the World Wide Web or, social media. It could be maybe of your friends and family members, right? An acquaintance, just telling you just negative shit that you don't need to hear, Leos. I mean, okay, maybe you want to hear everybody's side and see what they think, or, maybe you just like the attention and you're like, tell them, I'm having, a great relationship, or, I have a great job, or I have a great this, or, I ended up winning this or that. And, you want to hear people's opinion, but their opinion feels negative. Or maybe you're researching something or just looking at things that is not for your higher good. I think a lot of you do spend a lot of time on the internet. For small group of you, whatever, maybe one or two, I don't know. But I do feel like there is an energy online, right? Especially if you're online dating or you met somebody online, that feels very negative, feels very low vibrational. Yeah, when I look at the Two of Wands here. I just feel like this person is putting up a facade, and I just feel like, they are not telling you the whole truth. They're showing you what you want to see or what you want to hear, but truth be told, that is not the life they're living. That is not how they feel. That is not what's going on in their life right now. All right, let's see what's going on in love. What's going on in love? When it comes to Leo. All right, so I have the Knight of Cups and the Five of Swords. Competition. Right? Somebody may have a strong air or water in their chart. Doesn't have to be. But with the King of Cups and the Five of Swords, I just sense like some kind of competition, like competition in a way where somebody here is jealous, because it doesn't have to be a competition if someone is not thinking in a very low vibrational sense, right? So if you have low self-esteem, right, whether it's you, Leo, or someone that if they have low self-esteem, or they're not trustworthy, right, they don't trust easily, or they're very controlling, manipulative, or some kind of narcissistic tendency, in a way, I just feel like with this energy here, a lot of you are in a relationship with someone, or just, started seeing someone, and this person is showing you the world, right? You think like this person's like, I do see that this person has a lot of feeling for you. I see it with the Knight of Cups here. They do. But it's a very immature way of feeling and thinking, right? Their love language doesn't seem mature. It's like they do things to kind of manipulate or control the situation, right? Very, again, narcissistic tendency. And I feel like a lot of you have, friends, business partners, family members that you like to hang out with, talk to, maybe get their advice, or, spend time with. And this low vibrational person that does have feeling for you, I'm not going to deny their feelings, you know, gets a little disturbed by it. Like the only time that you should be spending your energy with is them, with the Knight of Cups. And I feel like, you know, for some of you, you're okay with it. You're like, you know what? The sex is good, Leonore. I'm not going to lie. I do like the sex. Or I like the way this person treats me and says what they say to me. And, you know, maybe it's, you know, the first time you've ever felt this in a kinship, or this in a relationship, right? In a partnership. But I just feel a very strong sense of manipulation or narcissistic tendency, and it's an orange flag, right? So if you're seeing orange flags, right, unhealthy habits inside a relationship, you don't think those orange flags are going to turn into red? Usually does, right? And once you see that red flag, what are you going to do? Are you just going to say to yourself, oh, it's just one red flag? Be aware of that energy, my darling Leos, or anyone dealing with a Leo. Let's look into your dreams, right? What is happening with my feminines when it comes to their dreams? What are your dreams telling you? Let's see. Excuse me. All right, so interesting. I got the Three of Swords and the Moon. Okay, this reminds me of, what is the energy that I read? Libra. I think Libra. I don't know. Some of you may have Libra in your chart or may know Libra. The energy just automatically just reminded me of this. So you may want to look back at their reading. But I got the Three of Swords and the Moon here. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, if that means anything to you. Your dreams feel very dark. Some of you may not even remember your dreams, or you wake up and you're like, I don't even remember what happened in my dream. Or you don't dream often enough, right? Like, I feel like you do, but you may not remember, right? You have a lot on your mind, you know, you're around technology, Wi-Fi, you know, that may erase your memory in some shape, form, or other. It happens, right? The stronger the Wi-Fi, or the more Wi-Fi or technology you have, devices that you have around you, it's like your dreams will slowly dissipate, right? But also, if you're not really thinking about your dreams, and you're like thinking of, you know, you wake up and you go ahead and move on with your day and think about, you know, your agenda for the day. It's like your dreams are in the background now, and you slowly forget. But I think like some of you do get impactful dreams, right? When you do get dreams, it's very impactful. But yeah, I just feel like with some of you, you're like, yeah, I don't remember my dreams that much. But for those that do remember their dreams, it feels very dark. Like, the energy feels dark, right? Like betrayal, secrets, lies. I mean, again, very Libra. This was the energy of Libra. I would be very cautious during this time, if it hasn't happened already, with the people around you. I don't know whether they're co-workers, acquaintances, frenemies, family members, I don't know, partnerships of some sort. I just feel like you're going to get your heart broken at this time, or sometime in the near future, right? These messages could apply anytime. And it's because you have a wonderful heart, right? You have this almost like delusional big heart, my Leos, where you just, you're very optimistic, right? You're optimistic when it comes to friendships and love, and you're hopeless romantics, right? You love being in love. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And you have faith in people, right? You Libra, you Leos. I'm sorry, I keep saying Libras, guys. I did just read for Libra, and the energy does remind me of Libra. And plus, I have the Justice card here. But a lot of you need to really operate logically versus emotionally. Know the truth about a person instead of going by how they treat you, because that could be fake, right? Just be aware. I just feel like there is a dark energy, like it's like a dark cloud, right? I'm seeing it like a dark cloud more than anything, right? A dark cloud hanging over you. It could be spiritual, right? It could be a spiritual dark cloud that's hanging over you. It could be just a dark, person around your environment. I would keep my ears and eyes peeled and definitely operate from your intuition and logic, right? I mean, that's kind of like logic and intuition really don't go together. It's like, which one, Leonore? Is the logic or the intuition? Maybe both, right? Maybe a little bit of both could help you. But for sure, your emotions are not going to help you, my darlings. I know how big and beautiful your heart is. I just feel like your dreams are telling you something, and a lot of you are not remembering it. And it's a warning. It's a fucking warning about a relationship. Let's get one last message. One last message. Moonology card here. Believe in the impossible. Blue moon. Ooh. Leos, if this is not a sign, I don't know what is. Because I'm reading for a full moon. This is a full moon reading. And guess what? It's a blue full moon. We are in the middle of a blue moon today and tomorrow. Right. Hopefully I'm able to upload this video today because it's May 31st and it is a full moon in Scorpio, Sag, but it is considered to be a blue moon. Now, I just feel like this just hit the message altogether. Like, it's just like, yeah, if you didn't believe what Leonore said, Spirit's like, I'm gonna just show you how real this is, with the blue moon coming out here. It's like a confirmation. That's how I'm seeing it, like a confirmation. But also, I'm hearing once in a blue moon, right? Leos, you are a wonderful human being with your loving heart, generous energy that you carry, not only for people that you know, but even people that you don't know, right? The people you come across and you're like, I feel bad for this person, and you want to help that person. But I just feel like you need to take into account that you are a rare diamond in the rough. And people should see you that way. You walk the earth very optimistic. You walk the earth, picking flowers, like just being happy-go-lucky. And that's beautiful, positive energy. And don't ever change for anyone. But I just feel that be aware of who you share your energy with, because you are once in a blue moon. You are that energy. You are once in a blue moon. You know, vice versa if it's vice versa, right? People, you know, with a Leo, and maybe the Leo is like this, and you know, you're like, oh God, I am the diamond, Leonore. Yes, you are, and perhaps the Leo is not treating you the way you should be treating you, right? For some of you, there's a moment on Earth during this time, or sometime maybe in the next couple of months, where it's going to feel like a very rare occasion. Like this occasion of like energy overflow, not within yourself, but on Earth, right? Like this on Earth is going to be this energy overflow, this positive energy overflow that's once in a lifetime, blue moon kind of situation. You know, I don't know, for some of you who may not know what a blue moon is, it's a blue moon is when there's 2 full moons in 1 month, right? So the month of May already had a full moon in the beginning of the month, and now we're having another one at the end of the month. So that's what they call a blue moon, once in a blue moon. Doesn't happen all the time, but once in a while you'll get 2 full moons in a month. And I think that for some of you, you're going to find some kind of energy source on Earth where, and this is for people that are very in tune with Earth, where it's going to give you more power or more sense of the energies that control the Earth, or maybe you'll break into those powers where you're able to control the Earth yourself. Wow. That is some high level spiritual gift. So I know I'm not talking to everyone here, but I hope that made sense. I'm going to move on because I could go on honestly with this energy, but I'm going to move on. If you need a private reading, of course, I'm here. I am taking private reads now, so I hope that resonated with you. If it didn't, please look at your other placements. All right, let's move on, my darlings. Love you, Leos, but I'm moving on. Virgo. After Leo is Virgo. Why not? Why the hell not? All right, what is going on with my Virgos? Sorry, Virgos, I'm just writing the little message here. All right, what is going on with my Virgos? So Virgos, I'm going to see what's going on in your love and spirit. I want to see what dreams you may be having. Sun, moon, rising. Too many cards. Too many cards. Too many cards. We'll stick with that. All right, so we have the World. We have the Knight of Pentacles. And we have the Six of Pentacles. Very strong earth sign, Virgos. You are a feminine earth sign. Right, so Earth is considered to be very feminine. Wow, some of you know how to make money, right? You guys are, when it comes to numbers and business, that's your thing. That is your thing. Some of you have really high position in a corporate job, or, you know, some of you are, you know, executive assistants or executives. Some of you have your own business. For a small group of you, your own practice. You know, that could be working with family, working, you know, in the community, working in, you know, health, in the health industry, and you make money off of it. You're like, I make good money off of it. I know how to make good money off of it. You even give people advice on how to make money, right? Or how to budget. You know, you have great money management skills here, with the World card, Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles here. For some of you, I feel like you should be doing some kind of cleansing during the full moon. I don't know when you'll be able to listen to this message. I mean, my messages are timeless, so whenever you resonate with it, is whenever it is. But I am reading specifically for the full moon that is happening here in May 31st and June 1st. So if you're able to listen to this message either today or even another day, right, where, you know, there may be a new moon or a full moon, or, you know, you feel the energy of wanting to do some kind of cleansing, you should do so, right? Because it doesn't have to be, you know, full moon rituals or, you know, spiritual bath. It could be honestly you walking, you know, by a body of water, walking barefoot in the forest, hugging a tree, you know, just basking in the sunlight, right? All those things are amazing, right? Being near a bonfire. You know, all those beautiful things are great for spiritual cleansing. But I am getting a sense of, you know, you need to do some spiritual cleansing. You need to, you know, get in tune with your spirit guides and ancestors. When I look at the World card, Knight of Pentacles, and the Six of Pentacles, right? Like, spirit is calling you and you're not picking up the phone. Maybe because you're too busy with your life, right? When I see the World card here, right? You got too many things going on. That the last thing you think about is, you know, a spiritual cleansing or getting in tune with your higher self when it comes to spirituality and your gifts. But I think that this year, the message here is telling you, like, you need to really get on the ball when it comes to that, because it feels karmic in a way, right? Like you were given this gift to help others, to service others, my Virgos, you know, in whatever industry you're in, right? A lot of you are in the health industry. A lot of you are healers. A lot of you, you know, do help people in a 3D physical world. But I also feel like you could do a lot more. And integrate your 3D and 5D powers to serve humanity. But right now you're just you're just using your 3D power when you have this beautiful spiritual gift that you could use and integrate and balance within yourself to help humanity. At the very least, help your family. Let's see what's going on in love with my Virgos. All right, so I have the Star card. Yeah, the Star card, the Knight of Cups. Interesting. Some of you are some kind of influencer or celebrity, or you may be seeing someone that's an influencer or a celebrity, or you may have a crush on someone who is an influencer or a celebrity. I don't know why I'm picking that up, but whoever this person is, you admire this person admires you. I feel like this person is going to come to you and ask for more information about you with the King of Cups, with the Knight of Cups here. Like, what's your phone number? Can I reach out to you more? Can I see you? Can I gift you? Can we have a rendezvous? It's that kind of energy, right? Whether they're celebrities or influencers or not, it is that kind of energy. They're like, I want more. They want more from you, Virgos. The question is, are you going to give them more? They want more of you. They want more of your energy. They want to take it in every which way. It is very sexual and sensual, so I apologize for my tone. But yeah, that's how they feel, right? Whether it's you, Virgo, or someone dealing with a Virgo. All right. I think that you guys may end up meeting each other on a down low. It's kind of what I'm sensing here. It feels very like, shh, no one needs to know. And yeah, it feels very taboo. Let me get one more energy from this. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, you're going to take a chance with the Fool card here and meet with this person. Maybe give them your phone number or let them reach out to you. I don't know why I feel like you're going to be taking a chance. Maybe some of you are already in a relationship, or they're in a relationship, or it's not going to go anywhere, right? You're like, all right, it's not going to go anywhere. I mean, I'm busy, with my life. I don't have time for, rendezvous and relationships, but whatever. I'll see you for this evening or for this afternoon or for this morning, It's that kind of new energy where it feels like you two may end up having really have a good time together, right? You may end up having fun with each other. All right, let's see what's going on in your dream world. What are your dreams telling you, Virgos? What are your dreams telling you, Virgos? Ooh, that is too much. But I'll take this one. And I'll take this. All right, so I have the Knight of Wands and the High Priestess. That's an interesting energy. What are your dreams telling you? Some of you may have dreams about a fire. It could be a little fire. It could be a big fire, right? Maybe a destruction of some kind. Or just watching some kind of fireworks or fireplace wood fire burning, or it could be just as big as something being destroyed by fire. It could be a house, a building, an explosion, but I do see fire nonetheless in your dreams, right? And fire can be a representation of renewal. But there's some kind of destruction before that renewal happens, right? So at first it may not feel good, right? The energy is like, fuck, all this got destroyed, or, this came to an end. But within that ending comes a new energy, a new transformational energy that, you weren't even looking for, but the universe gave it to you. Source gave it to you. You're like, I know you didn't ask for this, but this is your life now. I also see like a feminine energy in your dream that you may dream about. There's this feminine energy in your dream that I see. Her energy is very neutral, right? They could be dark, they could be light, they could operate from both, but it feels neutral in your dream. And it could be some sort of entity, spirit guide, ancestor. Ugh. And I feel like you've been trying to figure out this energy for quite some time, right? Whether this, energy appears in human form, or, this energy appears in some kind of, it could be anything, right? It could appear as a child, or as an animal, or as a forest, but it feels like an energy that's alive nonetheless. It could even appear through music, right? Like the energy appears in music. And I feel like this is you, Virgos. I feel like this energy is you. I had said in the beginning that you're not using your spiritual gifts the way you should. You're not using the elements of the earth, and balancing your energy with the 5D energy to ascend and level up, right? I said that in the beginning. And I feel like your dreams are telling you the exact same thing. And I feel like whatever spirit, energy, this beautiful high priestess that you're encountering in whatever form that she appears in is you. Is basically you in a higher ascension way, in a high vibrational frequency. When I look at the high priestess here, my darlings, all right? Any last messages? Since it's a full moon read, let's get a quick advice from the Moonology cards. It's time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. Hello. This is a full moon in Scorpio, right? I am reading for a blue full moon in Scorpio Sagittarius energy, right? It's like we have that, it's more Scorpio than anything in Vedic, but in Western astrology, it's full moon in Sagittarius. It's the same. They come one right after the other. they bleed into each other, right? So when it says it's time to release negativity, I feel like there's something coming up for you, Virgos. I feel like there's something very transformational coming up, right? And I'm afraid that your future is not going to allow for negativity, whether that it could be your own habits, right? Your own habits. And demons could be a negativity, but it also could be people. It could also be your job. It could also be maybe your neighborhood, your friends, your lover. I don't know. But it's like you have to release something, right? I did say that, right? Your dreams are telling you something, right? There's transformational energy happening that the universe is giving, like straight out giving you. First card out, the World card. Like, here, Virgos, this is for you. I know this is not the way you asked for it, but we're going to give it to you this way anyway. And in order to see that transformation, you're going to have to let go of something, someone, something. All right. I hope that helped, my darlings. All right. Let's move on to the next. On to the next one. On to the next one. All right. I think we're halfway there. Ooh. Halfway there, darlings. We're halfway there. Let's see. I'm already at 1 hour and a half. It's what it looks like. Sorry about that, guys. I can't see the clock from here. I don't want to make this video too long. I already knew it's going to be long, but I don't want to make it too long. All right, my darlings. Let's see who is next. Who is next? Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Cancer energy. Sun, moon, rising. What is going on with my Cancerians? I am going to be doing a birthday read for my Cancerians in the near future. But for those who have Gemini, Taurus, Aries in their chart, I already did a birthday read for you guys. I am, working on a lot of things simultaneously, my loves. And, even though I have the space to do videos, which is something I didn't have before or the time, I still don't, I'm just doing so many things at the same time that I don't do weekly and monthlies like I used to, right? I'm trying my best here. I am. I promise you. All right. But if you need a private reading, please reach out to me. I am open for private readings. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the King of Pentacles. I see a lot of yellow here, right? The solar plexus. A lot of you, I'm hearing you're saving it for the right one. You're saving that energy for the right one, right? When I mean energy, I mean that sexual energy. But nonetheless, it is an energy that you are not going to give to Tom, Dick, or Harry, or Susie, Elizabeth, and Sally. You're like, yeah, that's my personal thing. I don't just give it to whoever. And I feel like because of that, Cancerians, you are in a position right now where, I don't know, like I'm hearing self-doubt here, or some kind of low self-esteem here, because maybe you can't find the right one, right? The right one's not coming along. But you're still not trying to give it up to anyone. You're still trying to find the right one, right? The right person to be with, right? This King of Pentacles wants to be with the right person. He wants to, or she wants to share, their energy, their wealth, their home, their legacy with the right person. All right. You guys are hard workers. Some of you travel for business. Some of you are influencers with the Eight of Pentacles and the Chariot here. Some of you operate from dark and light is what I'm hearing. Ooh. Right? So some of you have that innate spiritual gift of, you already figured it out. Like Leonora, I already figured it out. I'm balancing both my dark and my light side. That's good, right? That's like operating from your masculine and feminine side, right? We want that wholeness in our being. But yeah, it feels a little dreary, because I think that you're being really hard on yourself, Cancerians, with being alone, right? And for some of you, you may not be alone. You have, your Rolodex, your little black book. You could go whoever, but and it's like you're able to be with anyone you want, truth be told. But you guys work hard for your money. You guys work hard for your legacy, your foundation, your home, your business, whatever that may be. And you just don't want to share with anyone. It's just not going to happen. When I look at the Eight of Pentacles, Chariot, and the King, the Eight of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the King of Pentacles. All right, let's look at your love life, because this was very much so like a love life situation. But let's dig a little deeper, see if the energy still flows. Are we getting another message here? All right, so what's going on in love? All right, so Nine of Pentacles. Oh, sorry about that. This is supposed to be a woman with beautiful curly hair. Um, the Tower, Mars energy. And the Ten of Pentacles. Interesting. Wow. I'll tell you the truth. For a lot of you Cancerians, man, you know how to handle money. You're self-made, right? Or you come from a lineage where or this inheritance where you're well off, right? You're well off in some shape, form, or other, whether it's personal property or tangible money. But you're good, right? You're good, right? And I think that I think people do chase you, right, because of your legacy, because of your foundation, because you have your shit together, so to speak, right? And you've been betrayed in the past, right, with the Mars energy, the Tower here, right? Because maybe you was too impulsive, or you were betrayed. You thought this was it, right? This was going to be the person, and then you were betrayed by this person, or this person stole from you. And I feel like that's why you are the way you are, right? Because you're worth it. At the end of the day, with the Nine of Pentacles here, and I'm sorry about this little, but at the end of the day, you're in your power, right? Nine of Pentacles is a very strong, like, I got my shit together power. You're grounded, you're smart, ambitious, and you're going to have enemies because you're all of the above. You're going to have enemies. You're going to have people come after you, in a good or bad way. Just be careful. Keep doing what you're doing. And, as far as filtering relationships, right? we still want to keep that filter on. So yeah, I think you're good. All right, let's look into your dreams, right? Let's see what your dreams are telling you. What are your dreams telling you, Cancer? Sun, Moon, Rising. All right. Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. I do love the energy of this, but it is very strong nonetheless. Let's get into it. Wow. Some of you could astral travel in your dreams, right? You are very aware of your surrounding in your dreams. That's amazing. I am not very aware of my surroundings in my dream. I hate to admit that, but it's true. But some people have that ability to control their dreams. Say what they want when they want. Able to travel. And the dreams don't dictate you. You dictate the dreams, right? It's kind of the energy that I'm seeing here with the Two of Pentacles and the Hermit. And it's an amazing ability. That is a great gift, right? I feel like you could go into other people's dreams if you wanted to and be like, hey, what's up, y'all? To do good or bad, or just be. I feel like you guys are good money makers too. Like, you get ideas or downloads in your dreams on how to make money, or get an idea, when it comes to your practice, business, or your job, and you're like, "Oh, I just came up with a great idea," right? But you probably had a download or a dream, or you had a very lucid kind of dream where you were able to get this idea, right? So you get a lot of ideas with the Two of Pentacles here on how to make money. All right, one last message. All right, so nothing will come out of this situation. Void moon. Right, so a void moon is when it's not in a particular sign, right? It's switching from one astrological star to another, one constellation to another, right? So if, for example, right now the full moon is in Scorpio, and it's supposed to go to Sagittarius, but there's a period in time where it takes time for that full moon to reach that constellation, right? And it's a void moon when it happens. And then eventually it goes into Sagittarius and so forth. But I feel like there's something missing, right? For some of you, it's a relationship, right? There's a relationship that's missing that you want to be in, and it's like, oh, when am I going to get this relationship? For some of you, it's a spirit guide, ancestor. Interesting. Like, I feel like for some of you, oh God, sorry, guy. All right, let's slow down. So you know how you guys can manipulate your dreams. You're in control of your dreams, and you know what to say, what to do, what comes next, right? But yet there is like this moment in your dream that you don't know what the fuck is going on. Something has taken over. And if that does happen to you and it gets dark or feels very like witchy, hell of an energy, nightmarish, bingo. It starts to get like a nightmare. The energy, the dream begins to start forming into a nightmare kind of way, where like things come alive and it's after you, whatever that nightmare may be. I feel like there is a higher self, spirit guide, ancestor that you could call on that you don't really acknowledge, or you may acknowledge, but you don't really use it in your dreams. You're like, I use it for something else, Leonora. I feel like you could also call that entity or that spirit guide, ancestor, or even your higher self into that void when that happens in your dreams. Interesting, because I already got rid of the dream situation here, but it continued into your advice. So I hope that helps in some shape, form, or other, Cancerians. Yeah, you do need protection even still. And for a small group of you, I think like maybe you have a hard time remembering your dreams, or there is this dark energy clouding your dreams. But just be aware of your surrounding. Know that your spirit guides and ancestors are there to help you. Call onto them right before you go to sleep. Come up with this mantra, chant, prayer. Yeah, and go from there, my darling Cancerians, okay? All right, moving on. Moving on. Let me just send a message really quick. It's 6 o'clock here now. It's dinner time and I'm hungry. Let's see who's next. Aquarius. We are in the age of Aquarius. So I just recently found out something about myself, folks. So I always knew I have an Aquarius moon. I do have an Aquarius moon. Scorpio sun. However, my rising sign for a very long time, I thought was Pisces, right? I thought I had a Pisces rising. I was like, I think, I have strong Pisces in my chart because I also have a Jupiter in Pisces. And, you should know in Vedic, Jupiter is very strong. Wherever your Jupiter lands, whatever sign that is, whatever house that may be, know that it's also part of your rising sign. There's a name for it that I can't come up with at the moment, mostly because I can't pronounce it. But again, this is in Vedic astrology. But I do believe that, your Jupiter placement tells you a lot about the person, right? So if your Jupiter is in Taurus, that's sort of like a rising sign, right? It's how you act in public or in your home. But you have a very strong Taurus energy, right? So mine happens to be in Pisces, and I do have a very strong Pisces energy, or like a rising sign, right? It's similar to a rising sign, that energy. But I just recently found out that I'm not, according to the time I was born, I am not a Pisces. I'm actually Aquarius rising. So I have double Aquarius in my chart. Interesting. Yes. Ooh, speaking about Aquarius. Yeah, just a little fun fact. Fun fact, that's all it is. All right. Ace of Swords, Page of Swords. Yeah, very strong Aquarius, air energy nonetheless, my darling. So you're coming out here with a bang, right? Some of you are researchers. Some of you are publishers or authors, podcasters. I feel like a lot of you went to school for some kind of media or social media or media, film, performing arts kind of, thing, acting, that was your thing, whether you're doing it now or not. It was still your thing, right? That is something that you like doing, right? A lot of you are, have social media influence, or have some kind of like a lot of subscribers, right? Or a lot of people listen to you. When it comes to the word that comes out of your mouth with the Ace of Swords there, right? You have some knowledge that maybe people can't find anywhere else because you do your research with the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords, right? And you have very strong intuitive downloads, and you go by your intuition and your thought more so than you do with your heart, Aquarius. And I think that people know that about you, respect that about you. Sorry, guys. I also feel like you don't hold back when it comes to your tongue. You're like, I feel this way about you. I think you should not do this. You know, like people come to you for advice, or you give your own advice and you're very straightforward and honest with it. Some people like it, some people don't. They don't give, you know, but they still respect it. Overall, still a respect kind of thing. You know, you tell the truth. You don't know any way to say it. It sounds standoffish, cold, but it's the truth, and you're going to stand by it. And again, you know, people respect it. Some get their feelings hurt, but that's just who you are, Aquarius. You know, there's nothing we could do about that energy. Let's see what's going on in love. Yeah, but I think that, you know, regarding this first energy here, I think that people do look up to you. And it has something to do with the words that come out of your mouth, or the research that you do, or the knowledge that you know, when it comes to the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords. So let's see. Love. What's going on in love? One more, please. All right, so we have the Three of Swords, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Five of Swords. All right, a lot of air. A lot of air. Some of you may be with someone who has strong... Oh, sorry. This is the Five of Wands. All right. So Three of Swords, Nine of Pentacles, Five of Wands. So strong fire, air, earth. If that means anything to you, you may have that in your chart. I do feel like some of you are already in a relationship. But others are not. So I'm going to read for both. With the Three of Swords here, I feel like someone's lying to you inside a relationship. Someone here is acting like they have no one. Like, you know, I'm not in a marriage, or I'm not in a, you know, commitment of some sort. You know, I'm not with baby mama. You know, that kind of energy. And, or baby daddy. And someone here is lying to another person about it. Like, you know, and I think, you know, it feels innocent because the Nine of Pentacles is here. Meaning innocent, meaning like maybe there's no sexual energy happening at the moment. Right? It's more like talk, or, you know, seeing each other and having some kind of conversation that could be flirtatious, you know, or meaningful, whatever it may be, with the Three of Swords here. But I think someone here is acting like they're not in a relationship. And I think they're going to be found out, right? Whether it's you, Aquarius, or someone doing this to Aquarius, but someone's going to be found out with the Five of Wands here. Like it's going to be sooner than later. It could be in the next 5 weeks to 5 months. Yeah. And when this happens, there's going to be, you know, fireworks, like not really nice fireworks, like really awful explosions, you know, in the house, in conversation. Someone's not going to be happy, right? Someone's going to, I sense some kind of, you know, physical fight as well. Not for all, but for some. Yeah, it's not going to be pretty, right? For those who are single, or in a in-between relationship of some sort, I feel like you have more than one partner, right? You're like, yeah, you know, I'm not committed to either one of them, but you know, I do care for so-and-so, and I also do care for so-and-so, right? With the Three of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles here. But be careful, because with the Five of Wands, I do sense somebody here getting upset about it. Like, you know, I thought that trip we had, you know, meant the world. And I thought that we were getting closer, not further apart. You know, there is some kind of disillusion with this person, or maybe you're just not being straightforward with them, Aquarius. So somebody here is stalking the other person, or will be stalking the other person, because they want to know who else you're with. They want to know who else you're spending your time with, you know, with the Five of Wands here. And you're claiming to be single, ready to mingle, and you ain't tied to anyone, right? Not in the way they want you to be tied to, right? You're just like, you know, I don't mind being a friend. You know, we could be friends, but we don't need to be anything more, right? Why give it a title, right? You have that kind of energy, Aquarius, right? But this other person is on a whole different wavelength. They don't think that way. They don't feel that way. They don't know how to act in that way. So just be very straightforward. They're still going to be rubbed the wrong way, but, you know, like I said before, you know, not a lot of people are going to respect your honesty. It is what it is. Okay. All right. What's going on with your dreams, my darlings? What are your dreams telling you? Let's find out. All right. So 5 of Pentacles and the Temperance. I'm hearing money making. Money making machine is what I'm hearing. Interesting. This is interesting. So I guess we're in a dream world, right? So it's like, Leonora, you could make money in your dreams? Say what? No, not that kind of financial assistance. But nonetheless, it's like a reward. Right, there is some kind of reward happening in your dreams. It could be because some of you help others in your dreams, right? So somebody else had this energy, but it was more operational mission kind of energy versus this kind of energy, which seems more, I hate to use the word, but more karmic in a way, right? More of a dream 5D karmic kind of way where, you know, you have helped in the past, humanity in the 5D and in the dream world, or you help one particular person, you know, from a fire, from witchcraft, from, you know, getting killed. And because of that, you get rewarded in the 5D. Does that make sense? Right. So it's not tangible money that you could feel. It's more so, an energy of good luck, good fortune. And honestly, it doesn't necessarily have to pertain to the 5D. I think most of it is, right? So you get some sense of protection in the 5D. If anyone is fucking with you in the 5D, there's a spirit guide already to break that motherfucker down, right? Because that is your reward. Right? You have helped others. You've given yourself to others in the 5D and in your dreams. And so now you get rewarded in a sense. And these spirit guides could come in many different forms. Dragons, wizards, moving objects. I don't know. You tell me, Aquarius. Leave it in the comment section. What the hell are you dreaming about? Because it does feel very sci-fi more than anything. Yeah. It's like you're a spiritual guru, even in the 5D, with the 5 of Pentacles and the Temperance here. One last message for my Aquarius. What is going on with them? Or any last advice, I should say, more so. Any last advice with the beautiful blue moon we're having now. Conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. Yeah, you guys are really good advisors, consultants, right? People do really come to you because you have a say, a very, what do you call that? I mean, this is valuable. Your consultations, your advice is valuable. People should be paying you money if they're not already for the things that you know, see, hear, feel, and you express this and communicate to other people, and people value it. Whether they pay you or not, it doesn't matter, but they value it and respect it. So I just feel like your path is meant to open other people's path. Your path is to open other people's path, whether it's in the 3D or 5D. I don't know, right? I feel like it's a little bit of both. You were given that light, but I don't want to just minimize it to light. It feels like it's more than just a light energy. It's like protection. You're like the person that people comes to when they need to coordinate something. And they come to you for advice, like, I need to coordinate this event here. What do you feel about this? Like, what kind of people should I invite? What should be my clientele? What should be the environment? How much money should I spend? I know I'm just saying it in 3D lame terms, but it just feels that way. Like you have good advice because you think in a very logical, reasonable, intuitive way. You don't even know where you get your messages from, right? When I look at the Page of Swords, I see all these kind of birds flying over the Page of Swords, and it's like you get all these downloads, and you don't even know where it comes from, right? But it comes from someplace, some entity, some spirit guide, some demonio, and you're like, I don't know where I just got this message, but this is what you should do. My spirit guides just spoke to me, or your spirit guides just spoke to me. And this is the advice. It's valuable nonetheless, right? Some of you may be psychic advisors. Some of you are some kind of consultants, or should be obviously with conclusions or within reach, chasing that path. All right, moving on. Moving on. All right. Let's see who's next. And just leave this here for a second. Who is next? Aries. Aries. Hi, Aries. All right. So Aries, this is a feminine full moon read, love and spirit. And also, what are your dreams telling you, right? So this could be for anyone, obviously. All signs are welcome. Everyone is welcome. Sun, moon, rising. If it didn't resonate, obviously you could look at your other placements. So let's see. What is the T behind Aries? Or Aries, what do you need to know? Death, Wheel of Fortune, Seven of Pentacles. All right. Mars energy when I look at the death card here, but it's not really Mars energy, although Scorpio does share the planet with you. Some of you may have Scorpio in your chart. may know with Scorpio. Some of you may have Jupiter in Scorpio. Some of you are able to know how to make money, right? So obviously it takes time, patience. Sometimes it takes money to make money. I feel like a lot of you know how to do that. People come to you for financial advice. Some of you might have inherited some kind of money or will be inheriting some kind of money. Could be real estate, could be money, could be jewelry. I don't know why I'm hearing that. Could be, it's something like a business. It's going to be inherited to you or has been inherited to you. Because the Wheel of Fortune is here, right? So yes, the Death card is here, like, whoo, my God, right? But the Death card, the 8th house placement or energy is about finance and career and tax inheritance. Yeah, I mean, we're talking about Hades here. Hades was not a poor spirit. This person, once you came into their labyrinth, they had jewels all over, right? They, you know, if you know the story about Hades, Hades had all kinds of rubies, diamonds, you know. Yeah, like if you ever seen the cartoons, right, where this treasure is hidden. And the treasure, especially the Bugs Bunny cartoons, when it just shows you how old I am, where, you know, they would dig for treasure and they would find this, you know, treasure full of gems and stones. And yeah, that's kind of what I'm picturing here. Like, that is the 8th house energy, right? You had to dig deep, you know, basically go through a death rebirth experience, and once you find that treasure or that, you know, genie in a bottle sort of, you know, treasure, you know, my wish is your command, you know, it's like you have to go through this death rebirth and transformation to get to that point. But with the Jupiter card here, you know, with the Death card here, I mean, this is abundance. It's legit treasure hunting. So yeah, a lot of you are able to make your own money, or again, people just give you money, right? They're like, you know what, I'm just going to give Aries money because Aries could do this for me. Aries knows this. Aries has experience in this, right? Knowledge, right? Because you're patient. You do your research, right? I love this energy. I think that, you know, going forward, for those who might have been like waiting on their seeds to grow, right? Like, you know, I have a business here, I have investments over here, but, you know, it's taken a long time for it to grow, Leonore. I think that this year, if not in the next year, spilling into the early next year, you're going to see some kind of abundance regarding your finance and investments. All right. Some of you have been waiting for a lawsuit. It's coming. I mean, I think that you've been waiting long enough with the Death card here, and it's coming. Again, sometime this year, early next year. But I see it here, like you're finally going to get that, could be a liability, what do you call it? Liability? Legality. There we go. Right. A lawsuit. All right. When it comes to love, what's happening with my Aries? High Priestess, Queen of Swords. Some of you are in love with the wrong person, right? You're like, I love this person, but this person doesn't know that you love them. Or, you know, maybe it's not love. Maybe it's just, some kind of infatuation, attraction, crush, right? But this person doesn't know that you feel that way about them, right? Vice versa, if it's vice versa. This person may be a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. It doesn't have to be, but I think that this person finds you alluring, to say the least. There's something about your body, your legs. I'm hearing your legs, your eyes, your hands, right? Weird stuff to kind of, be attracted to, right? I mean, obviously for some people it's not weird, right? Some people do have leg fetishes, eye fetish, hand fetish. But it's like that's what they like about you: your hands, your feet, your legs, your eyes, stuff like that, right? They also find you very intriguing, right? There's something about you that's very intriguing, right? And they want to communicate with you, but they haven't done so, or they're not, even if they do communicate with you, they're not really expressing how they really feel about you. Aries. Somebody here may have a cat or some kind of fur baby. Doesn't have to be. Also, someone here really watches their diet. They eat the right foods and watch their diet. Somebody here has an amazing body, nonetheless. I could see why they just like you. All right, moving on. Let's see what your dreams are telling you. I'm going to use my Thoth card. What are your dreams telling you, Aries? Anything you should know regarding what your dreams are saying? Let's see. Let me see. Where am I when it comes to my time? Okay, I'm a little over 2 hours. Sorry, Aries. I just got ADD. All right, dreams. When it comes to dreams, anything you should know. Thank you. So I have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Swords. Ace of Cups and Two of Swords, yeah. Your dreams. I'm hearing an overflow. Overflow. Could be an overflow of knowledge. Right? I'm hearing the ethers. Like you're able to tap into the Akashic records. Know the history behind the history. Right? Ancient knowledge regarding your dreams. I also feel like you're able to go in and out of timelines in your dreams, where you're able to excuse me, tap into different timelines, past, present, and future. Doesn't have to be Earth. It could be a whole different other planet, solar system. Be careful with that, Aries. Try not to... They're watching you. Try not to be so open, right? Try to find a way to cloak yourself. If you're going to do these kind of trips in your dreams, and it's because you are a remote viewer. It's because you are able to come in and out of timelines. It's because You are able to communicate and interact with beings, whether they're human or not, that is very important to a certain organization, is what I'm hearing. And through you, they're able to get information or get some kind of remote view of an energy that they're seeking. So be very careful. Yes, you could do all these things, but I would be very careful. You don't want to get caught, or you don't want, you know, the people that you're supposed to protect, or the entities that you're supposed to protect, to be compromised. That was heavy. That was a heavy download. That was channeled all the way through. I don't know where that came from, but I'm going to move on. All right, one last message. One last message. Full moon read, right? So let's read from my Moonology card. Step out of your comfort zone. Ooh, North Node. Interesting. I feel like this is a continuation of my dream energy read here. Step out of your comfort zone, right? North Node, right? So I feel like a lot of you came to Earth with the North Node here. I mean, look at the colors of, oh God, I could die in these colors. I love these colors, that bluish purple color. I feel like a lot of you came to this Earth, whether it's your first rodeo here or not, doesn't matter, to accomplish something. Some of you don't even remember what you came to Earth for. You're like, I came to Earth to fulfill this, and that, but I feel like that's not it. I feel like there's something bigger, greater, something unspoken, unknown of, that, you know, it's difficult to even talk about because there's no vocabulary for it, right? There's not a lingo. There's no dictionary, class, course, you know, that explains this. There's only is. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to know, is that there is this destiny that you're supposed to fulfill. And you will know, right? The time will come, messages will be downloaded, and you'll be like, okay, bet. This is what I'm supposed to do. And it's going to come at a time where you may feel happy in your life. Like you may have that job, career, home that you really wanted, that relationship that you were looking for, right? So it's going to come at a time where you're very happy and content. And all of a sudden, your world may be different because of this destiny that you're supposed to pursue. Yeah, heavy ass energy, Aries. I hope that made sense. Call me for a private reading if it didn't, or if you resonated with it. All right, my loves, moving on. Moving on. If it did not resonate, obviously you could look at your other placements, right? Okay. All right. Who do we have next? Taurus. Hi, Taurus. How are you? So let's do a feminine full moon read, right? Doesn't necessarily have to be a feminine, but the feminine energy is there, Taurus. You are an earth sign. But this is, you know, for anyone with sun, moon, rising in Taurus. So let's see what's going on, right, during this full moon. And if you're not listening to this on a full moon, or this particular full moon, that's fine. It's whenever the message reaches to you, whenever you're meant to hear it. I hope it resonates. If it does, reach me for a private read. Full moon read in love and spirits. And also, what are your dreams telling you? What are your dreams telling you? Okay, we'll take that. One more, please. Oh no, oh no. That is too many. Oh God, I guess I'll take it. Oh, that is way too much, but okay. This is how it is. All right, my darling Taurus. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Sun card, King of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. Ugh. All right, let's start with the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun card. Some of you are expecting a baby or will be having a baby. With the Sun card and the Ace of Pentacles, some of you take care of a baby or are around some kind of, baby, right? Whether it's family, friend, neighbors, I don't know. But it does feel like a baby energy. It feels very babyish, right? So it doesn't necessarily have to be a newborn baby, but definitely some a child energy, right? A child energy that's under 4 years old, 4 or under. And there's something very spiritual about this child, right? There's something gifted about this child. This child is like, oof. This child is able to give you whatever you want, right? I don't think this child knows. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I feel like, the more you talk to this child, the more you interact with this child could surround you with good luck, good energy. And yellow is coming in very strongly, right? So the color yellow, if you do know what I'm talking about, if it feels like you resonate with this message, I would suggest has an offer to this child, mind you. I know I'm talking like it's like it's an altar, but it's not an altar. It's a child, but you might as well treat it like an altar, because I'm telling you, this particular child has a God-like energy, right? I don't know where you know this child from. You may even come across this child once in your life, or you may see this child all the time. I don't know. But offer this child a yellow toy, yellow clothing, yellow jewelry, could be gold. A yellow artifact. Yellow flowers, but I guess depending on how mature or what the child likes, but the yellow solidifies the message or the good fortune, if that makes sense, right? It's like I acknowledge who you are, and here's a gift. Listen, I'm just downloading these messages. These messages are coming through. They sound kind of crazy. Take it or not take it. Do what you will with it. But this is the message. This child is able to heal you. This child can heal you through laughter, through love. You may even ask something like, child, baby, can you make it that I travel safe from this date to this date? Can you grant me, right? Let's just say grant me, because it's kind of a wish more so than anything. Can you grant me the ability to heal myself, the ability to see something, the ability to whatever outcome you want. I don't know, different for all of you. I can't sit here and go through a list, but whatever it may be, do not make it about yourself, if that makes sense, right? Like, once you make it about yourself, it feels like it's no longer a gift they could grant, if that makes, or a wish they could grant, because they're like, well, if that's what you want, you need to go to this spirit or this child, right? This particular energy, this child, this energy will grant you what you want as long as you give back. Does that make sense, right? Like, you can't just say, I want to win the lottery and buy a $1 million house. You have to say, I want to win the lottery, but I want to give most of it away and keep some for myself. It's and that wish will be granted. I mean, yes, it's far-fetched, but whatever. I don't know what to tell you. You do what you will with that message. Moving on. Knight of Wands, King of Pentacles, King of Swords. All right, so some of you have two males, masculine energy. Doesn't have to be males, could be just masculine. Two masculine energy. Trying to get your attention in some way, right? This could be two lovers. This could be a father and a son. This could be, a boss or some kind of authority figure, father figure. But there is two masculine energy trying to get your attention, right? Perhaps, your energy is fleeting them at the moment. They're like, what's going on? I want to know more about you, or when can I expect this to happen, or something that's, that sort, when can we chat? But your energy is very fleeting here with the Knight of Wands here, right? Some of you have strong fire in your chart, maybe earth. Some of you have Leo in your chart. But I just think that they want, if anything, more so than anything, they want to have a conversation, a meaningful conversation with you, right? It could be about mending things, or, going back to the past with the King of Swords here and talking about a certain situation or event that happened that they want clarification, or perhaps truth. And then we have the King of Pentacles here. This other masculine energy I'm hearing may want to gift you or borrow. Gift or borrow, one or the other, right? It could be vice versa. Perhaps you may want to gift or borrow from this male, but nonetheless, they're both feel very two strong separate energies here. And each one of these energies want different things from you. Okay, moving on. What's going on with your dream world? Right. I was actually going to go into your love life, but all right, let's just skip that for now, because I don't know why I just decided to go into your dream world, but we'll get into your love life, Taurus. It's okay. I didn't forget. All right, I'll take all three. You're just giving me a lot of cards here today, Taurus. Just a lot. All right. Two of Swords, Ace of Wands, Seven of Swords. Right. So what's going on in your dreams? Right. What are your dreams telling you? These are very interesting cards. I'm going to show you. I hope the screen is able to pick up on the image here, but all these have strong energies in them, right? So we have here the Two of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and we have here the Seven of Swords. Acupuncture? I don't know if you believe in acupuncture, right? Some people have not had good experience with acupuncture. Some people don't believe in acupuncture. Perhaps maybe you've done it in the past and it worked for you. I don't know. Precise. Okay. So precise energy healing. All right. It doesn't have to necessarily be acupuncture. It could be something else, but you may need something that requires a precise energy healing. That could come through many different forms, but it does feel holistic at the end of the day, right? It doesn't feel like it's, chemicals are involved. It doesn't feel like big pharma is involved. It feels more holistic, more so than anything, right? And this could be getting sunlight, right? Getting just sun rays for a half hour every day. But there is some kind of a very strong, precise energy healing going on with you. Now, does that pertain to your dreams? I don't know. It does somehow, right? Could be visions, right? Perhaps your dreams are telling you that you could heal yourself through this format, but you can't make sense of it. Perhaps your dreams are telling you you could heal others through this format, but you can't make sense of it. And I also feel like there is this old ancestor or spirit very close to you. And I think they know you, you know them. Maybe not in this lifetime. Doesn't feel like it's in this lifetime, but in a different place, different time. In a different place and different time. In this spirit here, this ancestor spirit, whatever you want to call it, is a male, white skin, beautiful eyes, kind of bedroom eyes, right? Like these bedroom eyes. But the thing is that they're old in age, right? So they're very elderly, right? So their skin is sagging, so it's hard to see how big their eyes are. But in their day, they had these beautiful big eyes, beautiful eyebrows, right? But again, as we age, those things either diminish, right? Gravity gets the best of us. Skin starts to sag. We don't groom ourselves the way we need to groom ourselves. So I'm just giving you a picture of what I'm seeing. Doesn't have a lot of hair, right? Could be bald or have very little hair. White, nonetheless. Tall, heavy set, but heavy set in a way where this person was muscular back in their days, right? Just those muscles just became saggy and heavy now. But in their day, they were tall and muscular. But this is, again, the image I'm just portraying to you because the spirit is following you. It's saying things to you. It's tapping you on your back sometimes, playing with your hair, touching your heels, or your calf. I don't know why, but it does that. Brushes against you. It's friendly. It's traveling with you. And in your dreams, I feel like it's showing you things, right? This energy is showing you things. Could be premonitions. Could be what's going to happen next, or what you should look out for in this lifetime or in your journey in the spirit world. Maybe both. It does have this kind of feeling for you. And the feeling feels time length. Feels like every time you come across this spirit, there's something different going on. So yeah, I just feel like the spirit has known you. You know the spirit. It's hard to say who it is at the moment, right? Whether it's an ancestor or some kind of other being, but it just, this is what it's showing me, right? This is the energy it's showing me. This is the skin it's showing to me, and I don't know why, but I'm gonna leave it at that because this is what it's telling me. I'm moving on. Sorry, Taurus. I got other signs to go to and read for. I hope that resonated in some way, because this particular dream or dreams that you're having feels like the spirit brings them to your path, right? Like the spirit is like, okay, so this is what's going to happen. You may feel it, see it, sense it, you know, in the next day or two, or make sense of it. Maybe it passed and you're trying to make sense of it, and it's making sense of it in the dream. But whatever, however, or whenever it shows you, it feels like it's showing you people that you are going to meet, or that you will meet or have met, either in this lifetime or in a past lifetime, or maybe you and the spirit are one in the same, and somehow you've crossed paths because you share the same energy, same frequency, same timeline. Listen, I could go on, Taurus, because it does feel very supernatural. And I definitely could go on with this energy, but what I can say is that it does not mean you any harm, right? So it's not going to harm you. If anything, it's protecting you, and it's giving you visions that you can't even understand, can't make sense of, but then maybe later on you do. But these are just people and energies that you've already come across, either in this journey in life, another journey, another alternate reality, in the dream. Yeah, weird energy that I cannot explain. In love, 10 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles. Ooh, Suki Suki. Some of you have been kissing in the bushes, right? That's what I'm hearing with the 5 of Pentacles and the 10 of Wands. Like, shh, be quiet. Let's come over here and kiss or hug or, you know, fool around, right? Cute energy, right? It's very cute energy. I feel like it's not going to go anywhere, right? It feels like a one-time thing, or, you know, maybe a 3-month relationship, summer romance, whatever you want to call it. But it feels fun. It feels exciting. Just be careful. Wear protection if you're trying to have a baby, a love child, with another person that you only met once or will only meet in this time frame. But it feels cute, right? That's my only advice, is just, wear protection. And if you don't have it with you and you hear this message, buy it. Just buy it. Last message, Moonology. Moonology message. Advice for my Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising. All right, the energy is gaining momentum. Interesting. So we have here the waxing moon. There's something about planting veg, like having a bed of like a farm bed. So planting vegetables, fruits. Some of you already do that. Some of you may have thought about doing that. But I'm hearing contribute to the earth, right? So contributing to the earth may have to do with farming, but it could be anything else, right? Just sending out positive energy onto others and onto this earth, especially during this time. But it feels like a Seven of Pentacles energy where you're planting or you're sowing, and then you will get rewarded for that, right? So whatever you do with that energy, you will get rewarded, right? So if it is a farm bed that you're growing, you will get compensation for once you sell them. People would want to buy it from you, right? Because it's the best tomato, the best cucumber they ever had. But also it could be herbs, right? It could be herbs. Doesn't necessarily have to be something to eat. It could be, some kind of medicinal farm bed. Or again, just positive energy surrounding the earth. All right, moving on. Taurus, that was some crazy energy, some sort of warped out message there. So I hope that resonates with someone. If you need a private reading, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am doing private readings during this time. All right, let's see who is next. All right, I'm almost done here. Probably past my third hour, which is, I wanted to keep it under 3 hours. Let's just leave this out. Let's see, what time is it? It is, yeah. Is that 2 hours or 3 hours? Oh my God, I don't even know. I can't read it from here. I think it's 2 hours. Yeah, okay. All right. 2 hours is not bad. All right. Sorry, guys. The reason I don't really show my face a lot of the times, I know I did show my face for the masculine read, but a lot of the times I really don't want to show my face because I feel like I channel a lot better when I'm not in the public view. But it's not always the case all the time. I'm able to channel whatever it is. If the message wants to come through, it's going to come through no matter what. But I do apologize for not showing my face to my feminine energies. Maybe next time. Although you will see my face on my other channels. I am very on screen and present in the screen on my other channels, right? So I have Sister Moon Lone Wolf channel. That link is in the description box or in my bio. And I also have Intuitive Tutor, guys. So please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, support me so other people could hear the messages. Capricorn, how are you? Full moon read, love, spirit. Ooh, look at this. Cappies in the house. Full moon energy read, love, spirit. And also, what are your dreams telling you, right? For sun, moon, rising in Capricorn. Wow, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Wands, and the Devil. All right. Sorry, guys. Let me take a sip over here. Some of you have a really nice house, right? You worked hard to have this house. You have it decorated the way you want it. You got your plants, your china, your, expensive rug, furniture. You have the house the way you want the house, right? You're like, I work hard for this, and this is how I want to live. This is my sanctuary. When I see the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands, and congratulations to you, right? I do believe that your house is a sanctuary, right? For some of you, you're like, I have a big family. You live in a big house, or you just live in a house with a lot of people in it, but it feels still, there's so much love and energy in there. Some of you might have done the wrong things to attain wealth or to be in a high position. I ain't judging. I'm not judging, right? You do what you got to do, especially my Cappies here, to achieve what you want to achieve, right? Whether it's in career, love, home, right? Capricorns are very similar to Cancer, right? As Cancer is the polar opposite of Capricorn, right? So they do pull from each other's energy, right? So if you put Capricorn and Cancer together, it's the same energy, right? It's a cardinal energy, a cardinal sign, right? And what do cardinal signs want? Success. They want success, right? So I do believe that you have achieved it, Capricorns, right? Through hard work, sweat, tears, maybe a little betrayal or two, or climbing up the ladder the way you shouldn't be climbing up the ladder, but nonetheless, you accomplished it. That's what matters to you, right? Because I do see a lot of success here. I think that you have jealous people, right? Especially family members who see how you're living, and they're like, they want the same thing. They're like, oh, well, I don't know why Capricorn can't just share some of that wealth over here, right? And you're like, I got, mouths to feed and bills to pay, and but they don't see it that way. They just think that you're a bank, right? They see you as a bank account. It's kind of what they see you like, or hopefully you have them in their will, right? They're like, hopefully I can inherit this house or this car when Capricorn dies. I mean, this is not me saying it. This is your own family members. Capricorn, I do have an advice here for you from Spirit. Don't feel bad for what you have. You worked hard, damn hard, hours of dealing with fucking people. I don't know why I say it like that, but I have to say it like that. Evil, disgusting, scum of the earth energy to get where you are. Don't feel bad about that. Don't feel bad about where you are right now. Out of all signs, I feel like Capricorns and Cancers, but mostly Capricorns, because I feel like they have the heart for it. Cancer, not too much, are able to oversee people's shortcomings. But they play into their shortcomings. And that's why they're mostly successful, because they know how to manipulate or find an opportunity in chaos, if that makes sense. All right, love. What's going on in love for my Capricorns? Oh my God. I got the devil again. Cappies. What is going on? Juicy. This is juicy. Ooh, Capricorn. The devil and the Ace of Cups. Ooh, this is juicy stuff. Okay. I know some of you are like, but there's two devils up in there. It's okay. It's only Capricorn. All right. Capricorns, you are in love. Obsessed, even, I want to say. Maybe for some of you, you're obsessed with your career, right? How much money you make, with the devil and the Ace of Cups here, right? You're obsessive when it comes to your career. But I do feel like you are in love with someone, right? Somebody may be a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. Could be a fire sign too. Could be another Capricorn. But you, oof. Hold on a second. I gotta take a breather here, because the energy is heavy. You have been with this person before, so it feels like an energy of a past energy, right? With the two devil cards here, it doesn't feel like it's a new energy. Feels like a person from the past that you were with, right? You might have been in a relationship with this person. Maybe you are in a relationship with this person right now, right? For some of you. But there is some kind of obsession here. I think that, whether it's you, Capricorn, or someone, viewing Capricorn's energy, they feel the same way about you, or they could kind of match the same energy you have, right? Not the obsession part, but more so the energy that you're looking for, right? That lust and love, romance, good in bed kind of energy, right? And you want to kiss this person. This person wants to kiss you. You want to hug this person. It feels very receptive. Feels receptive. The Hangman. Yeah, when I look at the Hangman here, again, feels like Pisces, could be a Pisces Virgo energy. You may have Pisces Virgo in your chart, but I feel like the person that you are obsessed with, vice versa, if it's vice versa, has some kind of spell on you with the Hangman. You may also have a past life connection with the Hangman here, right? Because the energy feels so strong, very strong energy. Like this energy of like, I know you from a past life. We've been here before. We've been down this road before. I expect marriage from this, right? It feels like someone here wants to marry another person, right? They want to take their time with them, but maybe they have taken their time, but now it's time for the next step. And that could be moving in together, marriage. I'm hearing marriage more than anything with the Ace of Cups here. All right, what's going on with my Capricorns in their dream worlds, in their spirit and dream world? Okay, I'll take it. I will take it. All right, so I have the Magician, the Four of Wands, and the Temperance. Ooh, strong energy here, especially with the Magician, Four of Wands. Right, Sagittarius energy, Virgo. What's happening in your dream world? Interesting. I feel like in your dream world, you have a whole kind of relationship, like this whole other ass relationship that doesn't even exist in the 3D world, in the physical world, right? It's like, you dream. I also feel like you have control of your dream, right? Like you're able to astral project, and you're able to manipulate your dream world, right? You're able to control your dream world, right? So I do feel like you have this wonderful relationship going on in the dream world with the Magician and the Four of Wands, right? Capricorns, vice versa if it's vice versa, but it just feels like someone here is very knowledgeable of how energy works. And they may be some kind of wizard, witch, healer. Yeah, I even saw it with the Hangman. Like somebody here is very, if not both of you, right? If it's not you, Capricorn, it's you and your significant other, or a person of interest. Both of you are very aware of energy and how to see through it. And I feel like you just have a whole, a whole family life and relationship in the dream world, and I think that you play a big role in this, right? I don't think these dreams just come to you just because it's a Saturday or it's a full moon. I think you make these dreams up, right? Kind of like lucid dreams, right? Daydreaming. When we lucid dream, we're able to control some aspect, if not all of our dream. But in your case, it's you're sleeping and you're doing this. I feel like in your dreams, you're successful in some area. I don't know why. That you could be a successful salesperson, a successful a guru, a successful astronaut. You work at NASA. I don't know, but whatever happens in your dream feels successful. It feels like you're in a movie, right? Like you're not even playing your role, because your role in the 3D when you wake up is this storyline. But when you're in your dream world, you're like, yeah, I am fully in control of the world in my dream, including the houses, cars, how much money I make, what relationship I'm in. That's crazy. All right. I wish I could do that. All right, Capricorns. Last message or advice under this beautiful full moon in Scorpio. What could we say? Expect powerful change. Yeah, I think that this is your attitude, 100%. New moon eclipse, right? There is some power inside of you, my Capricorns, that you hold. And you hold close to your heart. Not too many people know about this, right? You don't say this out loud. You didn't get to be who you are with the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. You didn't get to be who you are, where you are, what you do, just by sitting pretty. You have to do some ugly stuff, right? I just think that you are in control of your life. You are in control of your destiny. I mean, I got two devil cards here. If this doesn't tell me someone is in control of something, I don't know what it does. What it's saying. I might as well just give up in reading cards, because this is what this means. You are in control. Hello. Hi, Cappies. All right, moving on to the next sign. Who is next? Let's see. I'm almost done here. Pisces. Pisces, and who is the last one? I think Gemini. Yeah. All right. I just did a Gemini read, so okay, I don't feel bad for Gemini being last. I just did a birthday read actually, guys, so I hope you resonate with the message, if it was meant to be. And by the way, happy birthday. All right, so we're going to go into Pisces now. Pisces. What is going on with Pisces? All right, sorry guys. You know, just thinking back, guys, of how I used to do this live. I used to read for all signs live every month. I used to love doing those when I had the time. When I had the Sunday time to do so, right? Because some of those videos would be like 4 to 6 hours long. I'll take that. But I don't have that kind of time anymore because I'm doing so many other things simultaneously that does have to do with my own business, right? My practice, writing, creating. But I do miss those times. And I hope that one day I am able to have that same amount of time given back to me, you know, depending on my income, you know, because that's at the end of the day, I got to still pay those bills, that I'm still able to do that. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe so that we could move forward. All right. So Pisces, full moon energy read, love and spirit. And also, what are your dreams telling you? If you don't resonate with this message, definitely look at your other placements. So some of you may have Virgo in your chart, right? Virgo is the opposite of your sign, the polar opposite or sister sign. For Pisces, Virgo and Pisces, interesting. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you do pull from the Virgo side. Now, is that energy coming in a positive light, or is that energy coming in a negative light? I think it may be a little bit of both. So what does this tell me? Let's get one more card here. Yeah. I think that a lot of you are anxious or nervous about life here on Earth, right? So what does that entail? You know, family, career, health, money, right? Money is the root of all evil, but also makes the world go round. Or is that love? What's the difference, right? Same thing. Money sometimes buys love. But the point is that, or happiness, right? But the point is that, you know, I feel like you are vibing in that energy of the 3D, right? The 3D has gotten a hold on you, right? Haven't you heard of the Matrix? This is not real. It's not real. Pisces, out of all signs, maybe you should get a refresher, and you should know this, right? You vibe off of, you know, the energy of leaving the physical world behind. So I'm surprised to see this energy for my Pisces, right? Of course, this doesn't pertain to everyone, but it does feel like for some of my Pisces here is like, you know, right now the 3D has gotten a hold of you. right? And I think for you, you need a balance of spirit and physical. It can't be just all physical. It can't be just all spirit. I think that, you know, you thrive a lot better if you're able to balance the both, right? Create a balance. Find out how to create that balance if you don't know. But, you know, it's not a thing that you're going to figure out overnight. Trust me, it doesn't happen overnight. But it definitely starts with the power of healing, whether it's healing your inner child, you know, whatever trauma or perhaps childhood home, you know, whether it pertains to your parents, mom, dad, guardian, even the system, right? The school system, medical, you know, there is something that you do have to confront before you are able to balance both the physical and the 5D. Right. For some of you, maybe for some of you, you're already aware of that energy and you have gone to therapy, you have confronted your inner wounds, and you're ready for the next step. But I think it requires some kind of research and letting go of the physical world, especially when I see the Four of Pentacles and the Three of Wands. I think that you have the gift, the sight to see beyond the veil, right? Some people come to you for, you know, psychic advice. You're able to, you know, predict things through dreams. You get downloads. You're able to see in the dark, right? You're able to pick up on energy easily. So you can operate from the 5D, and I think that your whole life has been like that. But I think that you've gotten to a point in time, or maybe this has happened in the past, and if it has happened in the past where you have not balanced the 3D and 5D within your own spirit, right? Because obviously we'll still work, even though we're still walking the earth, you know, you're still operating from a very spiritual place, Pisces. But at the end of the day, we still have to pay those bills, right? Feed mouths. And I think it may have a lot to do with healing your inner wounds, right? It doesn't happen overnight. I can't emphasize that more than saying it now. It's gonna take time. You're gonna have to figure out what is haunting you from the past, what pain is still bothering you subconsciously, obviously, right? Because you don't walk around, you know, thinking and feeling this way. This is something that happened in the past, in your childhood, teenage years, or whatever, but it is something that you need to confront, your inner child. And interestingly enough, you know, with the Gemini read, I just did a Gemini reading. Some of you may have Gemini in your chart. If you do, I would suggest to look at that reading, because a lot of it had to do with healing the inner child. But also I did talk about how my mutable signs, Pisces, you being one of them, Gemini, Virgo, and Sagittarius, is going through a very transformational spiritual journey. And it feels like an ascension more than anything. But before you ascend, you're going to have to confront something that is subconscious. All right, moving on. What's going on with love when it comes to my Pisces? Love. All right. Six of Swords and Knight of Cups. I'm sorry, Page of Cups. Six of Swords, Page of Cups. Sorry, guys. I had to send out a quick message. I'm hearing music. Some of you love music, right? Some of you, music for you is an escape. Some of you are writers, right? Music, you're either play instrument or you write music, you sing, rap, but music is definitely your foundation, your soul. You're romantics, you're creative. I think that in love, since we're in that energy, some of you either recently broke up with someone or they broke up with you, but you're missing someone. There's someone that you're missing. This person maybe live far from you, right? So maybe you guys are together, right? In a way, but it's a long distance relationship with the Six of Swords and the Page of Cups. And it's hard to get a hold of this person, you know, vice versa, if it's vice versa, but it's like, you know, the long distance is not helping. Or again, for a small group of you, it could be you guys ended the relationship because I feel like it's because something got in the way, right? Perhaps someone did have to move, you know, or someone, you know, had to just take care of something that was more of a priority, and unfortunately, being in a relationship was not it, right? And it could be something serious, right? Like maybe they had to take care of a sick child or a sick parent, right? Where they're going to have to, again, move or dedicate their time and energy to this situation. And it's bothering someone here very bad. I mean, it's heart-wrenching, honestly, when I look at the Page of Cups. And I feel like Spirit is telling you, you know, just move on, right? It's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. But I feel like Spirit is telling you to move on because I feel like there's another love, interest, in the horizon for you, Pisces. And you don't see it now, obviously. I mean, you're still going through the situation with someone from the past or present. You're still processing your emotions, you know, and it feels hurtful, painful even. But I do feel like Spirit is telling you there's someone else. And maybe for one or two of you, it's the same person. You just may have to wait, give it time, and they will return. When I look at the Six of Swords and the Page of Cups, could be a strong water sign, another water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or Virgo. All right, what's going on in your dream world? Ooh, I would hate to tap into your dreams. My Pisces. Oof. I mean, Pisces represents the dream world, right? That's a 12th house. House of dreams. Literal dreams, not dreams of fantasies. This is literal dreams. So let's see what's going on with my Pisces and their dreams. Right? What are your dreams telling you if you haven't figured it out yourself? Okay, so I have the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. That candle just went off. All right, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Cups. What are your dreams telling you? Some of you may have dreams of like water, right? Like a flood or water. Either you're swimming in it or you have no choice but to swim in it or jump in it, right? It could be like sometimes a tsunami, some kind of typhoon, hurricane. Sometimes muddy water, sometimes clear. I think it could be maybe a premonition, right? Like the big flood is coming. It could be symbolic. And maybe at times it's telling you this is what your emotions, your emotions are overwhelming you, right? Because in a dream symbol for having a dream of water, it does have a lot to do with our emotions, right? Even in tarot, cups means emotion. But I do feel like for some of you, you are, there is some kind of premonition behind that flood. And it looks bad. Like I mean, this is like people are dying kind of flood. This is not just a bad rainy day. Yeah, it's scary nonetheless. And I do think that you are very connected to this earth, Pisces. And the earth sometimes even guides you in helping others, or at the very least, doing what's right when it comes to this earth, right? For example, maybe even being vegetarian, right? Not eating animals. It could be helping the earth. Planting trees, making the earth more. After they've taken down trees, you're able to plant more trees. It may take decades for it to be at its full grown self, but just the fact that you're planting trees, flowers, is helping the earth. You don't kill bugs, right? You're not a bug killer, right? You don't, yes, they could be scary or annoying, but it pains for you to even kill one of these nature's creatures. And that's a form of helping the earth. But I think because of that, the earth gives you some kind of compensation when it comes to protecting you, when it comes to giving you a foresight of the future. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing there, my darlings, when it comes to your dreams. One last message regarding the full moon energy here in Scorpio for my Pisces. Have faith in your dreams, waxing crescent moon. Pisces, despite what I said in the very beginning, as far as you needing to balance your energy to help you ascend during this time, you could do this just by having faith, right? I did say it's not gonna happen overnight. It's gonna take time and effort. It's gonna take dedication, tears, anger, emotions, nonetheless. Which is probably some of you may be having this dream of floods and water and stuff like that, especially if it's muddy or something of that sort. But it does feel like if you just have this positive outlook, this optimistic, romantic energy surrounding you, that you will find a way to do so, right? That's not going to the negative, thinking negative, make sure that your thought patterns are not taking you to a place of darkness. As soon as you see that dark, I hate to sound very cliche, but just turn on that light within you. It's inside of you, your heart. Your heart is your second brain. Turn on that light inside of your heart. Turn the negative into a positive, to guide you in this journey, my loves. So have faith in your dreams. All right, moving on. All right. Last but not least, My darling Geminis. Gemini. I just did a reading, Gemini, for Gemini season. You're more than welcome to look at it. Hopefully you resonate with the message. So this is a feminine full moon read in the sign of Scorpio, right? Scorpio Sag is where the energy is. But even if you don't see this message during the full moon, it's fine. It's whenever you resonate with the message. They're timeless messages. But I am going to be reading, I'm going to be picking up on the energy of love and spirit, as well as what your dreams are telling you, and any last advice for my Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising. If it doesn't resonate, please look at your other placements to see what spirit is telling you. All right, so I have the Five of Swords. One more. Nine of Wands. Page of Cups. Boom, boom, boom. All right, let's see what this energy is saying. Defense is kind of what I'm hearing. You may feel defensive around this time, right? Like, you know, maybe some things may be bothering you, or you're more sensitive to certain energies, certain people, right? Feeling defensive when I see the Five of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Or somebody could be feeling this way about you, right? They feel defensive, like whatever you say to them, it's like, oh no, you know, they need to, you know, defend themselves, and you're not even going there with them. You're like, wait, hold on a second. That's not how I meant it. You know, maybe you're not really listening to the message. All right. Listen to the words, not the, you know, how I say it or why I said it. It could be the full moon energy, right? You know, the full moon energy does that to people, where they get, you know, very sensitive when it comes to things, and, you know, they can't hold their emotions. You know, their emotions are not compartmentalized at this time. They're like all over the place. This could be you. This could be someone you know, Geminis. I also feel like there's, you know, especially if you have a child, or whether it's a son or a daughter, you know, I also feel like they may be needing your attention at this time with the Page of Cups. Like, you know, me. It's all about me. Pay attention to me. Let's go here. You know, I want this. And they're not, you know, I mean, they're children, obviously, right? So it's like, that's just how they are. That's just how they are. But I do feel like this child wants your attention. And it may feel bratty, you know, the energy may feel bratty, but I think that this child really misses your presence, your voice, your touch, your cooking, your gifts, stuff like that. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing here, my Geminis. Let's go into love. What's going on with love? Love. All right, so Queen of Pentacles, the Empress, and the Page of Pentacles. A lot of you Geminis have everything you want, right? You're not really searching for love. If it comes, it comes. If it doesn't, it doesn't. With the Queen of Pentacles and the Empress here, you're busy making your own money, building an empire. I mean, if Queen of Pentacles and Empress doesn't say building an empire, I don't know what does. Building an empire, come back at a later time. All right, some of you are just doing your own thing, right? And whatever that may be, however you do it, it feels good for you. And if no one likes it, oh well, right? Interesting, because that was the very first energy out. Someone is on a defense, right? They may feel that way about you, or you're just behaving that way. Like, I don't care what you say and how you think about me, but I'm good. I'm good. And someone here is upset about it, right? Interesting, because I got the Page of Cups twice, right? Right. Could be a child again, but we're not in the child energy now. We're right now we're here in a love energy, right? But to get the Page of Cups twice, you know, it could be a water sign, strong Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, who may be needing your attention at this time. But if it does refer to love in some shape, form, or other, I just feel like this water sign could be a Taurus, could be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but they want your attention. And I think that you've given this person attention before, but they're too erratic, too self-absorbed, and you're over it. Point blank, end of period. Stop. Yeah. You're over it. So whoever this Page of Cups is, it's like, you know, they're trying to get your attention in a very negative way, out of all things, which is probably making the situation worse. And they're just trying to get your attention, right? They're just trying to grab your attention, and however they get it is how they're going to get it. And if they're acting out, right? Page of Cups is a very immature energy. Their acting out is just making you confirm that this is not the relationship for you. Vice versa, if it's vice versa. All right, what are your dreams telling you? What are your dreams telling you, Gemini? You know, I'm sorry if that sounded short and sweet, but I feel like, Gemini, you are being short and sweet. So I'm just probably pulling from your energy. I'm so sorry, cross watchers. All right. All right, so what's happening in your dreams? 9 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Wow, a lot is happening in your dreams. And it feels revolutionary. It feels like you are on a mission. And you have like a group of people behind you. These could be, you know, like-minded people, your soul tribe. But you know these people. You've come across these people either in your dreams, in another reality, or in a past life. You've come across these people. This is your soul tribe. I feel like also if you're having deja vu, where you're like, I had a dream about this, or, you know, it feels like I lived this before. This is a message for you, right? This is a message of like, perhaps you need to talk to that group of people. Perhaps you need to discuss something with that person. But whatever the case may be, I think the biggest message here is if you feel a familiarity. Oh my God, I cannot even say that word. A familiar energy, right? Hence, you know, the dream coming to fruition, deja vu, or just being around a person that feels familiar. Have a conversation with that person. If it's a place, perhaps visit that place. For example, sometimes I get nostalgic, like this nostalgic feeling of a home, right? And it's not my home. It's not my current home. It feels like another home, right? This nostalgic home. I've been there before. It's safe. It has everything I need. It feels happy, loving. But I don't know where this home is because even though I'm feeling its presence and it feels familiar, I don't know where it is, right? It's strange. But I think that once you come across that energy, that familiar energy, place, person, or thing, it's for a reason. And it may lead you down another road or path or journey where it brings you closer to your future, to whatever it is that you need to do. So I think that these people that you're meeting, dreaming about, these deja vu kind of familiar energy, right? Let's call it familiar energy, is either meant for you to discuss something with them, because the first thing I said was revolution. I don't know why that came up, but it was perhaps you are a piece of a puzzle that's missing, or you're part of a greater cause here in the 3D or 5D, maybe both. It's kind of what that's telling me with the Nine of Swords and Six of Pentacles. All right, let's get a message, full moon message for my Moonology. I got 2 cards, so haven't gotten this for anyone. Interestingly enough, they're both new moons, right? We have new moon in Libra, new moon in Aries. Interesting. Libra is the polar opposite of Aries. Interesting. It says a new romantic cycle begins. It's time to take action. All right, so last advice for my Gemini. So 2 new moons here. Something's about to unfold very soon. It could happen. I feel like it manifested during the month of April, May. Like or March, right? Let's just say March, April, May. Like there was some kind of manifestation, some kind of intention happening during this time. So for some of you, it was some kind of work you did, or initiation that's going to expand or reward you, or finally get answers, some kind of clarity or some kind of movement by the time September, October, or November comes around. When I look at these 2, and it's new, it feels new. When I look at this new energy, or the new moon energy, like it feels like it's something that you're ready put your mind, your heart into. And you may feel like now, like, what's all this for? Like, I don't even know why I did all this for, or why I put so much energy into this for, but there's a reward or some kind of answer for you, clarity, or just your next ascension step in life coming sometime this year, late this year. Could be sometime after September, if not sometime before December. After September, before September, around that time. All right. For some of you, it may have to do with a relationship. For others, it may have to do with your spirit, your spiritual ascension. maybe both. All right. I guess I'm done here. Please don't forget to get your copy. Being Human is out now on Amazon. For those living across seas, outside the U.S., email me. I know that Amazon, they're still selling it in Amazon across seas, but it is a little pricey for whatever reason that may be. You could always get the ebook. It's not as pricey, but the paperback is. But email me. I may be able to give you that copy for less, depending on the shipping price, obviously. And if you need a private reading, consultation, in any ways, I am available. Please email me. I also have Oracle 33. My Oracle deck has come out. You could email me for that as well. And check out my new channels. I do have a Lone Wolf and Sister Moon channel. And I also have the Intuitive Tutor channel, which I had said in the beginning that I will be eventually uploading this summer. Try to do 2 videos every month this summer, because I do get a lot of views on that channel. And the fact that I have not uploaded anything is a crying shame. But I do love teaching tarot. So if you want to learn about tarot and the meaning behind certain oracle decks or tarot decks, kind of like a rundown or a view, a review, then definitely go to the Intuitive Tutor. But either way, please like, share, and subscribe so these messages can circulate for those people who need to hear it. Love you guys. Bye.